Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria and today we are here talking about the full moon in the sign of Aquarius. This full moon is coming in on the 19th of August of 2024. It is coming in at 27 degrees. It's a fixed energy that's here. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, and so if you have any planetary placements that are around 25 to 29 degrees of Aquarius or one of the fixed signs, you're going to be feeling this the most. But there's so much stuff going on around this full moon that everybody is going to feel the effects. A little bit unpredictable, a lot unpredictable, I should say, in this energy. And you may feel at times that you're, on a roller coaster ride out of control. You may feel at other times that you are swimming through a cosmic soup of energy and you're getting nowhere fast, right? That's that fixed energy. So if you are, the best thing that we can say with this is the theme of it is change. And the theme of this full moon is navigating change. How do you best navigate change? Ground your energy, center yourself, be flexible, be in the flow, and embrace change and do not resist change. It's very easy to dig in our heels and say no, but there are so many forces at work internally, externally, with our workplace, with our family, globally. There's a whole bunch going on here with this one as well, right? And sometimes, we need to really just trust in the energies that are going on. We need to stay in our own lane, and we need to do what we can to live our life internally and project it outwardly. So project your beautiful energy outwardly and you will have a beautiful ripple effect on your environment. So as I said, this is a fixed sign energy. So it's 27 degrees of Aquarius. 27 degrees in astrology relates back to the third house ruled by Gemini and of course Mercury. And of course, what do we also have at this full moon? We do have Mercury retrograde. So retrograde energy can be about pausing, reflecting, reassessing, reevaluating, and that's not a bad thing. Retrogrades do get a bad rap, especially Mercury, because of course technology can go a little bit sideways, communication can go sideways and all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of times it is if we're not paying attention or we're not being careful. We just have to be a little bit more careful with communication when we are in retrograde energy. But it is with all of the energy going on with this full moon, it is an opportunity to take that step back, look at the big picture, expand your mind, ask questions, pay attention to details. So, so that we don't miss anything, so we don't miss any finer details. Gemini is also related to talking about things, right? So we can have a lot of chatter. Gemini energy is, of course, related to technology with Mercury. And so, we can have some information coming out at this full moon, information from tech companies. We can have data breaches, things like that, right? Think of technology or communication going sideways. We can also have some revelations at this time. So I'm not going to sit there and say, watch the evening news every night, because I think a lot of people know by now that that's not giving you the full picture, but just a little bit of heightened awareness about what's going on. And there could be some very interesting information coming out. This full moon is known as the harvest moon, sturgeon moon, corn moon, green moon. It's about harvesting abundance, right? Full moons themselves are about a harvest, reaping what you've sown. It's the end of the culmination of a cycle. Look back to the new moon that we had in Aquarius in the beginning of February. What were you initiating? What were you starting? What was going on at that time? And it's perfect time to reflect on the last 6 months. How far have you come? What have you accomplished? What loose threads do you still need to take care of? Some of you could be making a very important decision at this full moon because we do have some coming together energy, but we've got some, now or never kind of energy as well. Breakups and shakeups of all kinds can come in here. The full moon can also bring you heightened awareness of things going on in you, the energy around you, and also, of course, in your external environment. Your intuition is an all-time high. And yes, of course, for some of you, there's something coming to fruition at this full moon, so it's going to be really exciting for you. However, the theme of this full moon is going to be change. Embracing change, navigating change, making and creating your own change. There's also a theme of independence, individuality, and finding freedom. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus brings in that rebellious energy. And it's basically Uranus is saying, where are you stuck? Where are you limited? Where are you not getting the growth that you deserve, the growth that you need? What is holding you back? And Uranus does bring that rebellious energy. It's evolutionary energy. And Uranus is also very futuristic. So think about changes, inventions, reformations of all things, especially since at the beginning of October, we've got Pluto, who is currently retrograde in Aquarius, is dipping back into Capricorn for the very last time in our lifetimes. So this can be where a lot of previous policies, procedures, especially with governments and financial sectors and things, this is where things are crumbling. And if you really do kind of look around, you will see this happening already. So Uranus is here to rebel, to break free, to bring back power to the people, with especially working with Pluto energy. So a lot of things to kind of watch out for, and a lot of changes that are happening globally for us. Change is challenging, change is unpredictable, but ultimately once we break free and we move forward, we can count the blessings that came with change. It's just sometimes it's like very in your face. But ultimately we're focused on our future. How do we navigate this energy? Well, you might feel out of control. You might feel, like I said earlier, like you're swimming upstream, paddling without a paddle, or you're traversing some sort of whitewater rapids without any kind of navigation beacon. Ground your energy. Find a quiet space for yourself if you can. Connect with nature. Always a great way if we're feeling a little bit loopy, out of control. Connecting with nature is a great way to just kind of feel like we've got both feet back on the ground. But this moon is going to be kind of removing our rose-colored glasses. We're going to be seeing some truths come to light with this as well. Now we do have a T-square. We've got two of them actually. So with the T-square energy, what do we have? Squaring off energy. What is squaring off energy? I'm not moving, you're not moving, and we're just kind of gonna get stuck in some mud here. So when we have, like oppositions, even though we have opposing forces, opposing energies, we can still kind of try and find a way to work together. The square energy, though, very fixed, very stubborn, right? It's like, I'm not going to compromise, and the person over here or situation over here is, I'm not compromising either. And then it's like we've got no man's land in the middle. And so we do have that going on in many aspects with this particular lunation. We're going to start feeling this very early. We're going to start feeling this probably around the 12th, 13th, 14th of August. And we start with Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. This can be very tense, very argumentative. There's a duality aspect to Gemini energy, right? The twins, right? So we need to remember there's two sides to every story. There's multiple layers of truth, right? I have my truth, you have your truth, and then there's probably some common ground in the middle where the truth really does lie, and we need to remember that. We can have a little bit of two-faced energy sometimes when we do have, especially Jupiter and Gemini, because Jupiter and Gemini, Jupiter expands everything. Jupiter brings some wonderful things to us: good luck, good fortune, growth, expansion, abundance. all of that wonderful stuff. But Jupiter is an expansion energy, and it can blow things up, both the good and the bad, right? And in Gemini, there's a lot of gossip going on. People, when they're talking and having conversations, things get out of control, or we can jump to conclusions a little quicker. So just kind of keep that in mind. So you got to keep your wits about you a little bit in this, and especially when we've got the next day, we've got Mars in Gemini, which is squaring off with Saturn in Pisces. So be very aware of the 15th of August here, folks, okay, because this can be a flaring of tempers. The smallest little things can flare up this day. So just be a little bit cautious with, people that you're dealing with. Recognize if someone's energy feels a little bit volatile, you might not want to poke the bear. All right. And if you are the person who is feeling a little volatile, maybe it's a good time to, kind of disconnect with people that day, turn your cell phone off, that kind of thing, because things can get really messy, because we do have the squaring off energy. If you're in a situation where you think you're right, double and triple check your facts to make sure that you're right before you stubbornly cling to your conclusions. All right, because there could be another side that you're missing. All right. 18th, we've got Mercury in Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus. Now, this is the second of three. Okay. This can bring some shocks and surprises. All right. And we've already had something. So our very first Mercury Leo square Uranus in Taurus was at the full moon that we had 2 weeks ago. And what happened, especially on the global stage, what happened all of a sudden, and I will just put one little disclaimer out here. I don't do politics. I don't talk about politics. I hate politics. I don't get involved in politics. I know where humanity is headed, and a lot of this current political structure, political stage that we've got right now is going to change drastically. I think there's some politicians that, kind of go in with their rose-colored glasses on and very quickly realize the animal is much bigger than they are. And a lot of people, when they get in a position of power, their only interest, no matter what they say, is staying in power. However, there are some very big political connections with a lot of this energy that we've got going on, especially around this full moon. So the last full moon that we had a couple of weeks ago, we had Joe Biden all of a sudden step down. And probably if you were looking at the guy, I mean, he's pretty old, right? His opponent over there is also very old. I mean, out of the millions of people that live in the United States, you would think we could find somebody that's just a little bit younger. And, because, I swear these guys probably should have retired 15 years ago. We do need some fresh energy in there a little bit, right? But anyway, Biden stepped down. So in some circles, it was shocking. In other circles, it was like, well, I should hope so. So look to this energy, the 18th, 19th, 20th are probably going to be very interesting. But this is the second of three of those, that particular planetary connection. And so there could be some disruptions, unpredictable energy, unpredictable news, shocks. Stay in your own lane, observe, put your phone on silent, and, just kind of take a step back. Have a glass of wine, take a step back, and just be that conscious observer. All right. We've got the Sun in Leo with creating a conjunction with Mercury in Leo. So this can actually be really good. So this can be where you can actually find some reprieve, because it's very creative energy, very creative, very fun-loving energy. And so this can be where you create something. You may be able to express yourself a little bit more easily, right? Think about first what you want to say or what point you want to get across, and then speak. Live your best life in this particular energy, right? So, when we want to stay in our own lane, it's like, go putter around in your garden or something, or, read a book, or, just something that kind of fills you with some, positive vibes and some joy. and, you know, just kind of let some chips fall where they may externally. Venus in Virgo is squaring another square, yes, Jupiter in Gemini. Plans can go a little bit astray if you're making travel plans. Maybe today and the next, and maybe the 18th, 19th, 20th is probably not the day to do it. Just wait until some of this energy has dissipated a little bit, because your travel plans may go a little bit sideways. You know, you can have a booking that goes missing and things like that. So it can be very hard to find your focus with this energy here as well, and also making decisions. So we got to let go of the little things, and we got to stay in the flow. We have a Mercury Cazimi in Leo at this day as well. And this is at 26 degrees. So this is connection with Taurus energy, second house energy, money, income, resources, the things you own, the things you possess, the things you value, the things that bring you pleasure. And when we have a Cazimi, this can be some huge clarity, some enlightenment. It's a great day for some meditation with this energy. So again, that part of that theme is taking that step back and being calm, maybe do some meditative endeavors on that day as well. Then we get into the 19th, and of course we kick off with another square, right? Square, square, square everywhere, right? Jupiter in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces. This is part of a bigger storyline with this energy. We will have this particular square on the 24th of December as well. You can feel uncertain, out of control, confused, again, very much in the theme of this lunation, right? So, you know, try and be a little lighthearted in this energy if you can. Venus in Virgo has an opposition to Saturn in Pisces. So there can be some disillusionment in relationships with this relationship with people, situations, things, right? This can be where, you know, because we're in the middle of August. So if you've had like a summer romance, a summer fling, this can be where you kind of start to see the chinks in the armor a little bit. And you can be like, okay, is this just a summer fling? Is there a potential for it to go further? And so you're just starting to get a little delusioned in there somewhere. You can also have this in friendships or long-term romantic relationships as well. Remember, full moons can bring endings. All right. So you could start to kind of think about this stuff here as well. Sun in Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus, unpredictable. This is an energy of me versus them. Leo energy, Sun energy is me. It's about self. With the Uranus energy, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, right? It's other people, right? It's community. It's people around you. And this can be where it's like, this is what I want versus this is what you want. And we're not finding a middle ground at the moment. So again, take that step back. What else do we have? And then, of course, we have the full moon in Aquarius that day as well. So one of the themes that you're probably going to see here, and you've probably noticed, is the Uranus in Taurus element. And there are squares going on. This is very stuck energy, right? Uranus doesn't like to be stuck. Uranus doesn't like being in Taurus, right? Taurus is very practical, very down to earth, right? And Uranus is free flowing, air sign energy, right? And so this doesn't like to be stuck. So that's where we rebel. With the square energy, think of something that has been at an impasse. And what happens when things are at an impasse for too long? Boom, all of a sudden something gives. So in this particular energy where Uranus can really shake things up, Uranus can be about electricity, can be very tied to the earth with Taurus. So we can see heightened seismic activity. We can see more issues with technology or data breaches and things like that when this energy comes in as well. But ultimately, Uranus is very unpredictable. Very. Whatever you think something is, it's not. Right? That's basically the theme of Uranus there. It's like, don't count on something because it's going to be something different. So it's very hard to, notoriously hard to predict Uranus energy. All we know is shocks and surprises, shakeups, breakups, anything that is getting this square, this stuck energy free, right? Whether it's something in the earth, whether it's something in, technology or whatever it happens to be, right? People as well, getting ourselves a little bit free. So a lot of change, a lot of unpredictability there. And the reason I said a disclaimer about politics a little bit earlier, a very interesting aspect with this full moon, all right? We all know that U.S. politics tends to be a little bit entertaining. We'll use that word, okay? I don't have sides or anything like that. I don't even get involved, right? I don't care who's in power because those things are going to crumble. But the full moon coincides with the Democratic convention, I think it is. And of course, where we have all this stuck energy, we've got hidden energy, we've got unpredictable energy. There could be something very interesting that goes on with this. There could be some shocking news and announcements that come out with this. And especially, like I said earlier, where we do have Mercury, Leo, squaring Uranus and Taurus. This is the second of 3 in a row. The next one is September 6th. So over the next few weeks, there could be some very interesting news and revelations and things that do come out somewhere around surrounding the U.S. political agenda, okay, or elections or whatever it happens to be. So just something to kind of keep an eye on, just to, whether it's for entertainment or what. I would keep it as an entertaining kind of thing, because there's nothing you can do unless you vote. There's not a lot that a lot of us can do to change whatever wheels are already in motion. It's just kind of, interesting to watch sometimes. So anyway, but we've got all this going on, full moon in Aquarius. Hopefully it does bring something really wonderful for you, because you can have some really good news at this time, right? So stay in your lane, center, ground, focus, meditate, find a quiet space, always the best way to navigate some crazy energy. And that is essentially what we've got here. So we're going to get into each individual sign. We're going to pull cards for each one of you. We're going to see where this lunation is highlighting in your life for you, but just know that there's a lot of things going on all over the place. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag of energy, but all the timestamps are down below. If you do enjoy your reading, please do take a moment to press like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to drop me a line down below. I will respond, and I'll heart you back. There might be a delay for a couple of days because I'm traveling, but I do heart you back, and I do respond to comments as well. It's always interesting to hear someone else's observations or take on things. But I hope you guys have a wonderful full moon. Stay in your lane, but good luck in this full moon as well. I thank you guys for watching. Timestamps down below.
Hello there, Aries, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Let's have a look and see what the messages are for you. So this is highlighting your friendship sector. So about your friends, your community. This is your 11th house energy. So you could have some shakeups, some breakups. You could be expanding something in your friendship circle here as well. And yes, you could certainly have a wish come true for you guys in this one. So you might be in an energy where you're cleaning up your social media, right? Full moon energy can be, I'm done with this. I'm at the end of my road with this particular group or sector. So you could be cleaning up your friends list. You could be unfollowing some pages that you've been following, and it's just because maybe your social media is a little too cluttered, or maybe you just don't find that you connect with certain people or groups anymore. So a little bit of a cleanup there for you guys, but this can open the doors, open the path to meeting new people or making new connections for you as well. You can also, in this energy, you may find that other people might be getting in the way of you having fun, because we do have an opposition to your house of fun in your 5th, and this is ruled by this Leo energy. So it may be that for some of you, you could find love at this time, because the fifth house is all about love and romance. But it can be that you find someone that is a little bit different than you, right? Someone who is maybe a little bit opposite than you. And of course, they do say that opposites attract, so you just never know. But this can also be that you just want to have fun and you don't want to be tied down. And so this is where you're maybe getting that, making those decisions to let certain things go. We've got the vast universe coming out here for you with spirit energy. So this is really wonderful, reminding you that there are forces at work that are bigger than you, but you have the ability to attract and harness all of these energies. Now, of course, Aquarian energy and Uranus energy here as well. It's a little bit of an awakening energy for a lot of us. There is spiritual energy that is going on. But we first need to kind of break things down to build things back up in a different way, in a way that's better for our future. So the vast universe can certainly indicate that your connection with spirit, with the universe, with the powers that be are very strong right now. Your ability to manifest something into your life is very powerful. I feel like something is manifesting for you on some level, whether it's giving you freedom, whether it's giving you enlightenment or encouragement or helping you to simplify and declutter, whatever it happens to be. Embrace the energy of the universe. Don't fight against the forces, okay? It could be a little challenging at this time, but ultimately when we step into that flow, then things do get a lot better. One thing that I probably would not do at this particular full moon, typically new moons is where we set intentions, to manifest something in. Some people do it at full moons as well, right? Because we're clearing out the old to make way for the new. But I probably wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't set intentions at this full moon. By my philosophy and experience is that when we set intentions in a chaotic energy, we're going to manifest something chaotic. And we don't want to do that. Right? So instead, step into the flow of the universe, be open, be receptive, embrace change, and of course, be that conscious observer. Now, we do have sexuality energy coming in here, and this is express pure love. Now, this is super interesting. Whoopsies. Super interesting and albeit a little bit exciting that this has come in for you guys here, okay? Because love is, of course, the highest vibration of all. And when we hear the word love, we all of a sudden jump to romance, right? But love is really the energy that we need to embrace. Love of the earth, love of animals, love of plants, love of self, love what we do, right? Love can be a noun, right? But it's also, for the most part, a verb. It's an action energy. So show love. How can you express more love in the world? How can you love yourself more as well? This is part of your key for your future. Now, with this particular one, this is card 19. So in the tarot, it relates back to the sun card. The sun is the ruler of Leo. And where this full moon is, right, we've got the full moon in your 11th house, but the sun is in your 5th, and the sun rules the 5th house, right? So this is a very sun-oriented energy, very creative, hobbies, interests, and love and romance of all kinds is highlighted for you here as well. So I do feel that for some of you, you could be opening the door to some romantic connection. This can be leading you up towards the end of the month where we do have that magical energy on the 29th. But this can also be just opening your heart, perhaps, because we are letting a lot of things go at this full moon. And so this can be where you're opening your heart for love of all kinds, but especially love of self, and allow that lovely radiance to shine bright from within you. We have the 8 of voices, the 4 of voices, and we have the 7 of inspiration. So the message here is the 8 of voices, whatever has been keeping you restricted, stuck, held back in any way. What you're doing here in the 4 of voices, you're finding peace. You're finding the peace within. You're finding a calm energy. You're letting things go. You're loving yourself. You're simplifying your life here as well, right? Because we've got 8 right? Reducing down into a 4. And the 8 of voices is quite often where things get loud, or we feel like we don't have any elbow room, no room to grow, no room to breathe, right? And, we do feel restricted in some way, but we have the ability to change that. And the 4 of voices, we're simplifying something. We're bringing something back to center. The 4 of voices is an energy of rest and relaxation and calm. It is also one of meditation and, of course, connecting with your intuition and that vast universe. So finding a quiet space is going to really help you at this time. But the 7 of inspiration is relating back to the 7 of wands energy, and it's a fiery energy. Hello. This is reminding you that sometimes we need to put up boundaries. We need to enforce boundaries if we have let our guard down a little bit. But ultimately, this is reminding you that you have a lot of power. You have a lot of strength. This is allowing you and asking you to embrace your confidence, right? To face some issues head on, or just draw that line in the sand and say, I ain't getting involved in any of these things. I'm just gonna be over here in my bathtub, and I'm just going to be embracing a little bit of self-love and calm. But ultimately, the 7 of inspiration is one of power and strength and your ability to overcome whatever it is that has been restricting you, inhibiting your growth, standing in your way, whether it's something internal or whether it is people or situations around you. So this can be a time of significant change and transformation for you, but we're releasing something here that needs to go, right? So let's get you one final message here. Thank you. 1111. Beautiful. I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you to wake up to who you truly are. Love, love, love that. You are the first sign. You've got 1111. This can be a spiritual awakening, but 1111 is very closely tied with manifestation of your wishes. And this is 11th house energy where this moon is showing up for you. And that does have to do with your wishes. So there's a little bit of mystery that's perhaps unfolding for some of you, maybe even something very unexpected. And of course, Uranus being the ruler of this full moon, right? Something that can be relating to your spiritual path and your spiritual growth here as well. But expect the unexpected. Thank you for watching, guys. Good luck in this full moon. Remember, embrace the 4 of voices, right? The 4 of swords energy, embrace that. Be like that person on the card, okay? That is going to be your best way to navigate this path forward. All right, have a great full moon, you guys. We're moving on to Taurus. Hello there, Taurus, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. So for you guys, this full moon is highlighting your 10th house, which is ruled by Saturn, and it brings in Capricorn energy, very business oriented, very career oriented. This is an energy here that highlights your public image, how people perceive you, your fame, your fortune, right? So you could potentially have something coming to fruition for you that you've worked really hard to achieve. You might be getting some sort of public recognition here. This can really highlight for you, what do you want out of your career path, out of your life? Where do you feel like you've been successful, and where do you feel like you need more work? So you might be making some changes in anything related to what you want, right? The things that you desire, but especially your business, your career. Now, this is, of course, opposing your 4th house of house and home, house, home, family. So this can be a moon where you really make a very conscious decision here that I need a better work-home balance, right? Nothing screams this more because there's an opposition there, right? So your business life, your career path calls you, but then you've got responsibilities at home, right? And it can be that your ambition, your career path is actually leading you to provide better for your family, or to, buy your first home, or to upsize or, move to a better neighborhood or whatever it happens to be, right? But it's like the more I work to afford these things that I really want and provide for my family or just myself, right, the less time maybe you spend at home. So this can be a moon for you where you are seeing for yourself like, okay, yes, I've got ambitions, I've got goals, maybe I do have something that is really rewarding that's coming around at this full moon, but I also do need to get real and I need to figure out how can I spend more time at home? What does a work-home life balance look like for me? If I'm looking for a new job, maybe a home-based business might be the key to expanding my career goals, right? Or maybe I can find, something where I can go to the office 3 days a week and work from home 2 days a week, that kind of thing. So we do have a little bit of kind of opposing forces there for you. You could also be helping one of your children, if you have any. You could be helping one of them navigate the working world, right? Maybe they're going for their first job. They can also lose their first job here as well, full moon, right? Endings can happen, and so you might need to be a little nurturing with with a child in your life if you've got one. And it doesn't matter how old you are. A lot of people have experienced being laid off or fired or having a company crumble, because that can certainly we can certainly be having company restructures at this time as well, right? But I mean, if you've got a child, whether they're in their teens, in their 20s, in their 30s, right? It doesn't really matter. The first time you get let go from a job, it's devastating, right? Especially if you've done nothing wrong, right? And it can be a real blow to self, right? So you could be helping someone through something like that, or helping them find their way in the world. We have consciousness energy, and we've got a consciousness of lack. However, this is turned on its head. So this is good, okay? This is a good thing. This shows that there is a shift in your way of thinking, your way of doing, your energy, the energy around you, from lack to abundance. Completely different, right? So this can be a time where something is coming to fruition. You can have doors opening up for you at this time. You could have investments coming to fruition. Or maybe here you're conscious of the fact that one of your investments where you have your money may not be safe, and you are seeing something a little bit better. So you are rescuing your money, your investments, before something happens to it, and you're putting it somewhere different because you're conscious and you are aware. But this does bring in opportunities, open doors, open windows, and it does bring in this shift to abundant energy for you, thank goodness. We have the Golden Cities energies for futuristic deck, this particular one. The Golden Cities live ecologically and harmoniously. And here, Taurus, this does speak volumes for you, because, of course, you are ruled by Venus, connected with Mother Earth, right? So part of your future, maybe career aspects, or just part of how you can make your house, your home, your garden a better place to be, is to be a little bit more ecologically friendly. So, maybe this is partnering up with a company that gives back to the community, or a company that recycles, or maybe you work for a recycling company, but something that's a little bit more ecologically aware in your home, how you can help the planet or help live more sustainably, right? Maybe to grow your own vegetables or fruits in your yard, right? Grow your own herbs on your balcony or on your kitchen windowsill, right? Even if you have a UV light, it still works. This might be where you, make a conscious effort to maybe process your organic waste a little bit differently, right? So compost. Maybe you decide, I'm not going to buy any more single-use plastics, and you could do things like that. So this can really be kind of a little bit of an eye-opener, or something that may be part of your future, whether it's something to do with your working life or your home life. It is a card 40, so 4 relates back to the 4th house, which is your house and home. So very interesting synchronicities going on here with these readings so far. But this could also just make you feel better, make you feel like in some small way that you are contributing to the betterment of the future of our planet, of society, that kind of thing. But this brings in a harmonious energy, and we can live as one. Mercury retrograde. I'm sorry, I recorded the intro for this like 8 times. Anyways, but live as one with the earth, with the things around us, so that we have those things around for the future. So you could just be really kind of getting in tune with nature on a different level. We have the Page of Materials. I love that. That equates to the Page of Pentacles, by the way. The Knight of Materials, we've got some financial growth and prosperity, and we've got the Sun. Wow, this is beautiful energy. You could be buying something new. You could have some money coming in. You could be looking at new ways and learning new things to how to grow your money in a safe way, okay? The Sun brings growth. Right? Without the sun, nothing grows. The sun brings creativity, it brings passion, it brings energy, it brings fire, but it brings abundance as well. So this can be where your money is growing, your career is growing, the Page, right? The Knight, and then the Sun. So if you have some ambitions, some goals, some dreams, especially to do with your money, your knowledge, your education, for some of you, you might be considering going back to school, learning something new, or expanding on your knowledge that you already have, so that you can have more money and have more growth and happiness in your life. More security, perhaps, right? The Page of Materials can be one of your children, Knight of Materials, right? Helping them to maybe find their first job, right? And then maybe they find one, and that brings a very happy energy. But the Sun really is shining on you. So this is a beautiful energy that is coming in here. So, but the Knight of Materials, the page energy does tend to bring news, tends to bring new things, new opportunities, all in the upright for you. And yes, I do have reversals in this deck, but they're not coming out for you, except for this one, but that's positive reversal, right? But abundance, 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 right? Heading on the right path. But take your time. The Knight of Materials, right? The Page of Materials says, I'm excited. I'm excited to learn new things. I'm excited to put my foot out there. I'm excited for this new opportunity. I'm excited, right? I'm ambitious. I've got goals, right? But it is something here where, we do need to take our time and pay attention to the details. The Knight of Materials, very detail-oriented energy, but is always successful because of the due diligence and because of the attention to detail and because of taking things one step, one day at a time. This shows that your cautiousness will sometimes be rewarded and pay off, but this can also represent that your ability to stay grounded and rooted and down to earth can help you navigate all the energies that are going on, but it can bring you some success and some rewards here. So we love this energy. It's beautiful, shows expansion and growth of all kinds. And of course, the Sun does bring that happy, joyous vibe, that happy, joyous energy for you. And so keep an open mind, but again, that Knight of Materials, pay attention to the details. There could be some detail that you've overlooked or you've missed, or maybe some detail because you are taking your time and paying attention. This can be where you stumble across a key piece of information or an opportunity that can open the floodgates to a little bit more money or prosperity in your life. Wow. Second card in a row. We've got 1111, I am awakening. Now, Aries also got this card. Very interesting. You see how many cards there are, right? There's tons of them in there. But anyways, so 1111 coming out the second time. I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. So use that mantra, okay? The 1111 card, always the one that people are excited to get. But ones, this is really new beginnings that are amplified, right? So expansion, growth, new beginnings, or leveling up. And we already see that shift happening for you guys here. But ones can bring in something new. And again, I'm going right back to, you know, if you do have children or someone that you're helping, maybe you can help someone on their path towards something new and something bigger and better. But that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to leave that there. Good luck in this full moon. Remember, be like the page in the Knight of Materials there. Stay grounded, okay? But be open at the same time. All right, I thank you guys for watching. We're going to move on now to Gemini. Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. We are going for you. You are experiencing this in your 9th astrological house. So you've got Jupiter energy that is front and center for you. Your 9th house has to do with your spirituality, religion, your higher mind, your philosophy on life and other things, your morals, your big ideas. Also has to do with travel, with publishing. So you might be considering starting a journal if you haven't already. Maybe you've got a manuscript of some kind, short stories, a movie, whatever, gathering dust in a drawer. This might be where you pull it out of the drawer and say, you know what, maybe I'm just going to see if I can get this published, or maybe technology has advanced to the point where you can self-publish something if you think that it has a chance of being successful. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Jupiter does help us expand our horizons. Jupiter can help bring abundance and freedom into our lives here as well. And so with this full moon energy, you could be letting go of the things that, you know, have been creating restriction in your life, or you could be opening doors of opportunity for yourself, right? And of course, we do have Jupiter at play at this full moon as well. There's some uncomfortable energy, some gossipy energy that's there with Jupiter and Gemini. And, you know, we do have, in some cases, an opposition of forces here as well. And, of course, the full moon is brings an opposition to the sun, which is in your 3rd house, and which is very mercurial in its energy. So it's going to be very important for you, especially at this time, for you to reflect, regroup, refocus, renew, okay? Because your 3rd house that we are in an opposition to here is you, okay? It's Gemini. 3rd house is Gemini energy, all right? So there could be some differences on what you want versus what you can potentially get. The 3rd house does bring in a little bit of a mixed bag. So communication, there could be some communication issues. There can be some issues with your devices, your technology. But this can be where you want to spread your wings and fly, but there's something keeping you stuck at home. You could potentially have some travel disruptions at this time as well. Okay, just so you know, because the 9th house, we're going to go on long trips, right? Big trips. Whereas your 3rd house, the opposing energy here, is keeping you a little bit closer to home. So you may need to compromise somewhere. You may need to cut a trip short, or maybe you have a change in travel plans. But it's like, I want to spread my wings like an eagle. I want to visit different places, different things, but there's something holding me back. So whether you can find that compromise, or maybe you put some plans on hold for a little bit, that might be in the cards for you there as well. All right. You never know. But communication is the key, right? Communication very highlighted for you, and make sure that you see the big picture, or you're willing to see other people's points of view. We have a cycle of increase that's being highlighted for you here. This is absolutely wonderful. And so, of course, the full moon energy is a completion of a cycle, right? And reminding us always about the ebb and the flow of life. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, sometimes we're hovering somewhere in the middle in no man's land. And so this is showing to you that you are going to be experiencing a new cycle in your life. And this does bring you increase, expansion, growth, abundance, opportunities, doors, maybe travel to distant lands, right? And of course, whereas this full moon, your ninth house, Jupiter energy, bringing you that increase and expansion. You could have a little bit of luck on your side, or you're looking to make a little bit of luck for yourself. Very interesting, because we do have this very big correlation to where these energies are being highlighted for you, right? Because increase does speak to that Jupiterian energy, but it's also card number 3, which is your third house, right? So what do you want? Where do you want to go? Right? Maybe right now you might need to compromise and have a short trip closer to home while you make some longer term travel plans, right? But you could also be considering going back to school, learning something, or again, maybe even making something happen for yourself. There could be something going on in your neighborhood here as well. You could have some issues with some neighbors, especially with the square energy. So remember, good fences make good neighbors. Really, sometimes we feel bad for putting a fence up between us and our neighbors, but sometimes that's really necessary to keep the peace. If you do have some goings on in your neighborhood, whether it's gossip or whether it's, neighbors not getting along or someone wanting to pick a fight or doing something that incredibly annoys you, the best thing to do at this full moon, table your issues for a couple of days and come back and revisit that issue when the energy is a little bit calmer. The 18th and 19th is not going to end well should you decide to be a little bit confrontational or to engage if someone's being confrontational with you. Just saying. We have leadership and decisions. Make choices for the highest good of all. Stay in your own lane and don't engage with arguments and fights and things if someone is trying to pick one, right? Take the high road there, Gemini. It's easy to get caught up in gossip. It's easy to get caught up in arguments. And it's not going to go well. So take the lead, take the high road, and make those good decisions. Come back and revisit something a little bit later when those tempers have calmed down a little bit. All right. Good advice for every day, but especially at navigating this energy. All right. But this can also show your philosophical approach to life, right? Because again, we've got your ninth house energy activated here for you. And this is like a very philosophical energy, and it is a very big picture energy. So you could be really looking out at your future and saying that, you know what, there's something that I need to do. There's something I need to change. There's something I want, and I'm going to take the lead, and I'm going to decide that this is the best for me. This can bring some wonderful things for myself, for my family, for my home, right? But I am going to really take something under my wing and I'm going to make something happen. So this can be an opportunity opening up, a time for you where your future path might be to be in a leadership role if you're not already. The decisions you make now can elevate you into some better situations in your future. But this can also be that big picture point of view, right? Knowing that what you do has a ripple effect out into the world. What you do, the choices you make, have a ripple effect into your family, into your friends, and of course into your neighborhoods as well. So making those smart decisions and making those choices that maybe don't always make you the most popular person or the most well-liked person, but will ultimately be the wisest person. All right. But yes, leadership, good decisions, all these things. So you might have some decisions to make and you might be the one making them. All right. We've got the Page of Materials here for you. Increase. All right. Doors of opportunity opening for you. Maybe some money coming your way. We've got the 8 of Voices here as well. Okay. And we've got the 2 of Materials. So we do have some decisions to make, likely with your money. How to spend your money, how to save your money, okay? And we do, of course, remember we've got your 9th house, your 3rd house here, so you may be needing to make some smart financial decisions at this time as well. And remember, it's like, I want to spread my wings and fly. I want to go and travel. Maybe I want to go to, you know, some exotic destination, but maybe it's like, maybe I should make some smart choices with my money and save up and go when I have a little bit more money, and for now stay closer to home. But it could also be the other way around, right? But whatever it is, making smart decisions with your money is probably going to be a really good thing. But we do have the Page of Materials, and this can be an element of expanding your knowledge, opening your mind, learning something new. This can be where you're opening new avenues for money, or maybe there's something you want to spend or something you want to buy, but the Eight of Voices, there's a voice inside your head saying no. Okay. The Eight of Voices is that energy where we're feeling like there's something restricting us or something inhibiting us from doing or getting what we want. However, we may have some options here. We need to be flexible and adaptable. The Two of Materials does bring in an energy of choices, of weighing up your options. It is a reminder of the dualities of life, right? And that yes, there's good, yes, there's bad, yes, there's this way, but there's also an alternate way, right? So being flexible and adaptable is going to be the key. You may also need to make sure that you are balancing your money as well, right? And especially, you know, if there's something that you want to do or somewhere you want to go, right? You might need to make some smart money decisions as well with this energy. But the Two of Materials can be about making those decisions, right? Weighing up your options. What is good? What is not good? Can I afford this? Can I not afford this? Is there something better in my future? There's things that I want. How do I get them, right? And so maybe you do need to make some sort of changes in your life to get the things that you want. But the Page of Materials can bring in some good news or some opportunities regarding your money, regarding your knowledge, okay, and can be something that you know, can really set you up for a very abundant tomorrow, right? So it can be something very exciting. Pages quite often do bring messages. They quite often do bring news to us. And so this can be something wonderful. Now, it can be that maybe you are going to make some smart decisions with your money, making the choices, okay? Because Page of Materials, maybe you get some money in, an increase and of some kind. But the Eight of Voices, the little voice inside your head says, okay, this is great to have this extra money. Don't blow it, right? Maybe you should make smart choices and decisions. Maybe you should split it in two, right? So if you were to get, let's say, a bonus or something like that, or, you know, a dividend pays out, maybe you've got like a couple $100, right? Maybe instead of using it all, you put, you know, 50% in the bank and keep 50%, right? Split it in two might actually be your path to success. Anyway, we have card number 99. I am courageous. It is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. And of course, that is that 9th house energy. 9th house, 99. Philosophy, higher mind, spirituality, your belief systems, okay, your big ideas, big pictures. There we go. Super interesting. You are the 3rd sign, and so far each one has had some very interesting numerological alignments that have come in. And of course, 9th house here, and card number 3 with the cycle energy with your 3rd house. So you are no exception. I really hope this trend continues throughout the readings because it's kind of exciting. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So like, share, subscribe. Good luck in this full moon. We are going to move on now to Cancer. Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. So we're highlighting your 8th house for you here. The 8th house has to do with shared money and resources. So the things you share with other people. This can highlight business partnerships. This can highlight things like joint bank accounts, joint financial endeavors, and all those kinds of things. Can also represent the sacrifices that you make, especially in regards to your money or just yourself, right? Sometimes we do sacrifice our own goals and dreams to help another person. This can represent what is hidden. Okay, it is Scorpio energy, of course, ruled by Pluto. So we've got births, deaths, beginnings, endings, transformation. We've got some mysterious energy coming in here. And of course, when we have this coupled with Uranus, expect the unexpected, that's for sure. Something a little bit, something that you didn't bargain for may be highlighted or may come to light for you at this time. It could be a little bit shocking for some of you here as well. But the 8th house also does have to do with the things that are hidden, right? So secrets may come to light. You could have a family secret, you know, that kind of thing. Again, inheritances, maybe you, hopefully a living inheritance, someone may shock you and help you out with some money, or help you pay off some loan. You yourself could be paying off some loans at this time as well, and maybe hopefully is one step further to some financial freedom. But there is a little bit of mystery that is associated with this house, and of course the theme is change. So embrace changes, be willing to change, and this can really help us to be lighter and brighter and more set up for success for tomorrow. Now, we do have an opposition to your 2nd house. So where your 8th house has to do with, you know, especially money matters that you share with another person, your 2nd house is you, your money, your values, the things that you own, the things you possess, how you make your money, how you spend your money, how you invest your money. So there could be an opposition there to your philosophy, your goals, your dreams about money and another person. You may or may not be seeing eye to eye. Communication is the key, right? We don't want to square off for too long, and we don't want to oppose each other for too long. So you could be really kind of getting things out in the open at this full moon and talking something out with the goal of coming and finding some common ground. Let's see, we've got the 6th energy here, fragmented energy. Well, that's not really a big shocker at this full moon. So this is a reminder, okay, that if your energy is scattered everywhere, and if you're not grounding yourself, or if you're not connecting with nature, if you're not taking that step back and taking those deep breaths, right, then our energy is scattered everywhere. We feel lost. We feel chaotic in this, right? So with this energy that we've got going on at this full moon, this is reiterating the message for you, okay, to take care of yourself, to take care of your energy, to cleanse, to purge, right? It's a big theme with full moons, right? Cleansing and purging and all that kind of stuff. So light a candle, set some intentions, right? Always practice, you know, fire safety if you're writing intentions down on a piece of paper and burning them away under the light of this full moon, right? It's one of the full moon rituals we can embrace, right? But just remember that you're doing it in a safe place, or you have some water nearby. We don't want any accidents or anything like that. You can work with crystals. You can have a cleansing shower, like a spiritually cleansing shower, right? An energy shower, energy bath, if you will. Just something to bring your energy back to self, right? Where there is chaos, there's usually a solution, a missing piece of the puzzle. And if we look on this, right, we do have this person here with, you know, there's puzzle pieces all over and something here is missing. So you might be looking for a missing puzzle piece, looking for some answers that you haven't had thus far. And this is that full moon where you could be sorting some things out. We have here intergalactic travel and regard the stars with wonder. Okay, so pay attention to planetary aspects, planetary influences, right? They're going to be really prevalent for you. This is an energy here where, you know, you have the ability to harness all of the power and the abundance and the possibilities that the universe has to offer, and approach some of this energy with a little bit of wild-eyed wonder, okay? wide-eyed. Did I say wild-eyed? Wide-eyed wonder, okay? Keep an open heart, keep an open mind, all right? Again, being in the flow of this energy is going to be very, very important. Because if we resist this energy, we're going to remain over here like this. We don't want to do that, right? We want to open ourselves up for the future, and we want to look for a better tomorrow. There could be a little bit of enlightenment coming your way at this full moon. There could be some mysteries unfolding for you. You could be getting clarity about something that affects your future and something that moves you forward, right? So messages from the stars, messages from the universe, messages from spirit coming in for you, okay? That maybe shifts your beliefs a little bit or solidifies a belief for you. And this is helping you to move forward to the future and to a better tomorrow. We're cleaning up our energy and we're looking at things a little bit differently. We have the Three of Inspiration out of this deck. The Three of Inspiration is Three of Wands. The Four of Voices, that's the Four of Swords energy. And we have the Seven of Voices, okay? And that's the Seven of Swords energy. Trust yourself to make your right choices and your right decisions here. The Three of Inspiration is the Three of Wands. That shows that there's something that we want. Something that we want. We have an idea of what that looks like, how we want to play something out. And with the Three of Inspiration, we're ready for action. We're ready to move forward. We're ready to embrace something new or move forward with a project or an idea. Our path forward is wide open. All right. And so this is what this reminds us, to keep an eye out for opportunities and for possibilities, because there could be something that comes in for us when it's least expected. All right. And sometimes we wait for the perfect moment, the perfect situation, the perfect job, the perfect connection. But there's a lot of beauty in imperfection, and we need to look at the possibilities. So this is like an energy of expanding our horizons and knowing that sometimes the best things happen in a small way, but they can expand into something wonderful. And the Three of Inspiration can also represent travel. So you have two energies of travel here. So number one, pay attention to your dreams, okay? But there could also be something happening where you are making some travel plans, or you have a dream of traveling somewhere or moving somewhere as well. And this is saying to you here, just keep an eye out for the right opportunity or for the right time, something that feels right for you. And you never know what may present itself, okay? So you could be moving to a new city. You could have a door opening for a new job. There could be some travel for pleasure or vacations. Opportunities may open up for you as well. And if you have been maybe feeling like you can't afford it, with this full moon happening in your 8th house, the sun is in your 2nd, there could be some little surprise that does happen. You might find something on sale. Someone could help you move forward. Someone can help you travel or make the big jump to somewhere that can bring you a lot of blessings. But the Four of Voices is that reminder to take a step back, right? It's a card of meditation. It's a card of rest and relaxation. Some of you, your energy is a little chaotic. If you can take a vacation, this is a good time for you to kind of look at the possibilities of doing that. Okay, maybe you can't travel to a faraway land. Maybe, it's cost prohibitive at this time, but maybe there's something you can do where, you can just stay home, right? Have a staycation instead. Grab a few books, a couple of hobbies, some things that you like, things that you enjoy, and stay a little closer to home. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, right? Because right now there is some fragmented energy that is going on. So the Four of Voices, rest, relaxation, meditation, find a calm space, find a quiet space. This is going to be your key to success in navigating some of this energy. We do have the Seven of Voices, and the Seven of Voices can indicate that, number one, maybe sometimes it can be an energy of, I don't know what I want. I'm back and forth. right? I don't trust myself to make the right decision, or maybe I don't trust someone else. The Seven of Voices coming in, especially when this full moon is connected with a little bit of mystery, something hidden, and connected with money and something you share with others, right? This can be that there may be something that you don't like that is coming to light at this full moon. There's something wrong, essentially, with that Seven of Voices, okay? And it can be that someone has been keeping something hidden, someone hasn't been being honest or completely truthful, okay? But this can also be you as well. But if we get it out in the open, Three of Inspiration, we talk about it, we deal with it, right? We throw our cards on the table, then we can clear our path for that better tomorrow. But there could be something here with that Seven of Voices where it can represent deception, but it can just represent something hidden, something stealthy, right? And, you know, especially if you're like in a relationship where you haven't like moved in together yet, or you haven't blended your finances yet, right? Someone could have like hidden credit card debt, right? Hidden student loans, things like that, right? And so there could be something there. But it can also be something positive that is hidden here as well. Okay, and it can be something that has just been going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of. And again, we do talk about inheritances at this time as well with this full moon in your 8th house. Okay, so there could be something essentially wrong, right? But it can have a positive impact on you. But it could, Seven of Voices, make you feel guilty, right? And inheritances sometimes tend to do that, right? Because we want to be happy and jump for joy, especially if someone's left us some money. But at the same time, we know that we should be, you know, kind of sad that maybe someone has passed over. And so we do end up with a little bit of guilt. All right. But the Seven of Voices can indicate a little bit of guilt. It can also represent doing something behind the scenes, right? Oh, I got one of those already. Well, now you got a second one. So yeah, it can represent something going on behind the scenes and someone being a little bit stealthy. So you could actually be that person. All right. Maybe there's something you want to change. You want a new job. You know, you're opening your doors for something a little bit better than what you got right now. And you have to do something behind the scenes and not necessarily share with other people, because that could be detrimental to the changes that you want to make, right? Imagine if you are looking for a new job and you go waltzing through your current workplace saying, I put my resume out to 14 places today. That's probably not going to bode well for keeping your current job until you have the safety net of a new one, right? So sometimes we need to be, you need to operate in a little bit of stealth mode sometimes. We have card 222, I am balanced. All right, now this is, of course, you've got the sun opposing the moon in your second house, right? So this is 222 energy, your second house energy, the things you value, your money, your assets, the things you own, your own value in yourself as well. But 222, trust that the seeds of your thought are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced. And we have 16, I am perceptive. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings, a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. I am perceptive. Leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. Good luck in this full moon. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for watching. We will move on now to Leo. Hello there, Leo, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. This is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So relationships, contracts, other people, romantic partnerships, business partnerships, friendships. This is the house where we find equal footing, equal ground, and we share with other people. Now, some of you here could potentially be meeting someone new. Some of you here could also, because we have an opposition, of course, to your first house of self and the things that you want, you could find that you are at odds with someone else. So you're kind of torn between what the partnership wants, what other people want, and what you want. So if there is a potential for finding common ground, this is an energy where you can potentially find it. However, we need to be willing to embrace change, do something differently, and of course, let something go. But this can also bring someone, an opportunity or people into alignment with you that is based on what you do desire and what your personal goals are. So it's very people-y in this full moon for you, okay? So just remember everything that we said at the beginning and the intro. Take the high road. Don't sweat the small stuff. We need to go with the changes, embrace some changes, and we do need to let some things go so that we can move forward. And of course, in relationships, things do come up that have been bothering us. And if there has been anything bottled up, that either you or another person that's got like a partner in your life, right? Friend, romantic, business. If there's been something bottled up behind the scenes, this is very likely the full moon where it's going to come right out into the open. And the thing when things come out into the open, uncomfortable, but we have an opportunity to deal with things, right? If we can't get things out in the open, better out than in, right? Otherwise, things do fester a little bit. We have card number 8, an energy card, stuck energy. However, this bad boy is in the reverse. Okay, so this is a very significant time for you when you are finding freedom. You are getting unstuck. So something that's been holding you back, keeping you stuck, keeping you feeling like you've been walking in quicksand, or of course, trying to move upstream against a strong, swift current. This is where things are turning around for you. So where we've been stuck, we're released. Where we've felt restricted, we find freedom. So whatever this happens to look like for you, you have a very big lightning of energy here. So it's like, oh, feel like you got a monkey off your back, feel like you've got a clear sense of direction perhaps, right? So again, go with the flow and embrace some change. We also have leadership and decisions, making choices for the highest good of all. Now this is very interesting considering where we do have both the sun and the moon for you. You are ruled by the sun. You are a leader, you're a force to be reckoned with, you're creative, you're out there. You might find that people follow you even if you don't want them to, and you've just got this vibrant energy about you, right? But because Leo energy, or the sun, which is your ruler, is very much about self, sometimes we do need to have a look and say, what is not just good for me, what is for the best good of everybody involved? And that's what this energy is really highlighting here for you. So it may be that you possess a big picture kind of energy and you have an ability to put your ego or your pride aside and sacrifice something or make those decisions that may not necessarily always make everybody happy, but are for everyone's best and highest good, including yours. But this is encouraging you to take the lead. And you don't typically have an issue with that anyway, although sometimes it can be a little tiring, right? It's like, I'm tired of always being the leader that everyone else follows. Can I just be a sheep? And the problem is you're probably not really happy being a sheep, right? So step into your true self, right? Who really am I? What am I meant to do? Be courageous, be bold, be brave, but trust that you are potentially in a leadership position, or you have the potential to lead others, because you have the ability to make some very good decisions, and you also have that magnetic, courageous, motivating energy about you that other people do gravitate towards. It is a gift. It is a gift, not a curse, even though some days maybe you feel like it is. But trust in your true potential. This is showing you for your future. There's doors opening for you to step into higher paying leadership positions, to, really have a look at the big picture and know that, you know what, I know I'm not making everybody happy, but I am making the best choices here. I'm doing the best that I can. But you are part of the guiding light of other people. We have the 9 of Inspiration, the Queen of Inspiration, big energy of leveling up there, and the Ace of Emotions. So the inspiration cards out of this deck, this does equate back to the Wands energy, fire energy, the 9 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups. So you could be meeting new people. In this energy, you could be doing something creative. Maybe you're improving relationships in your life. Meeting new romantic partnerships, especially with the Ace of Cups there, right? New love, falling in love, focus on love and romance, focus on healing something and bringing something back together, leveling up in your relationships, whether they're personal or business. But this can also be an energy of independence. So it can be that maybe you're finding a compromise with someone in your life right now, because with the 9 of Inspiration, the 9 of Wands energy, it's like something needs to come to an end, right? Because ultimately something that can be really positive can be really overwhelming. Something that you've worked hard at is tiring and draining. And the 9 of Inspiration shows that we're at the end of a chapter and we need to make a decision. What are we doing with this chapter? Are we moving forward? Are we leveling up? Do we need to talk about something, right? Because with this 9 of Inspiration energy, even though we power through, we keep going, we find the need to put up boundaries, or we find the need to let something go. And it can be onwards and upwards, and it can be what doesn't kill us make us stronger kind of energy. But we also do have the Queen of Inspiration in here as well, which, yes, can be that next step, that level up, right? Happiness and joy and wonderful things with the Ace of Emotions. But the Queen of Inspiration is an independent energy. So with this, yes, you could very well be the leader for other people, right? And you could be recognizing maybe your soul's purpose, right? Why am I here, right? You could be getting some enlightenment at this full moon. You could be recognizing that you do have this leadership potential. So again, something new with a leadership kind of energy here can certainly represent new business opportunities for you. So you could be opening the doors to that, right? Because we've worked hard to get here. But yes, in relationships, though, the Queen of Inspiration, for some of you, a partnership may not be working anymore. 9 of Inspiration, we're done. We're at the end of a cycle, and we're ready to head out on our own. I need to focus on me, what makes me happy. Ace of Emotions, what do I want? Ace of Emotions, a new path, a new direction, a new life. So whether you are letting something go, whether you are reestablishing balance and harmony in a relationship, whether you're meeting new people, whether you're leveling up, whatever it happens to be, you are very much in charge of your situation. You have the ability to make the right decisions for yourself. Maybe they're not the easiest decisions, but they are for your and other people's best and highest good. We do sometimes hold on to things that are familiar, but they're no longer healthy or no longer happy or no longer what we want. Sometimes they can be fixed, but sometimes we do need to let things go. And full moons can certainly be about that, especially with this one. But I feel like here you have the power to create, you have the power to change, you have the power to bring in something new, and you also have the power to heal. We have 1111. I am awakening. This is, I kid you not, the 3rd time this card has come out, and you are only the 5th reading. So here we go. I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you to wake up to who you truly are. I am awakening. 1111 ones, you already have an ace out there as well. Ace in the hole. You do have card number 8 with the release of stuck energy there as well. So, and we just had Leo, the Lionsgate portal, right? 88 energy, actually this year, 2024, 888. And as the day I post this reading, we are still right at the very end of that portal. So if you haven't manifested, do it before the full moon. All right. But in this energy here, I am awakening. I see the potential. I'm attracting new things. I'm leveling up. I'm getting what I want. My wishes and my dreams are coming true. But I am awakening to my true potential. I'm awakening to my true purpose. I'm awakening to all the energy that's around me. And it's a wonderful, wonderful reminder here when we do get the 1111 card. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. I thank you all for watching. Good luck in this full moon. We're moving on now to Virgo. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. So we've got this highlighting your 6th house of daily routines for you. This is a focus on your health, happiness, well-being, your fitness, diet, service to others, your daily habits, your pets as well. So this is a great time to make some changes in your health, in your daily eating habits, your exercise regime, all of those things. If you've been finding that you've been trying to get on a health kick or get a little bit healthier in whatever way, whether that's moving your body more, whether that's eating healthier, then this can really be a very helpful energy for you to do that. Now, of course, the 6th house, this is your house, Virgo, so you should be very used to this energy. This is probably where things are starting to come into alignment for you, so it can be really wonderful, positive cleansing and purging for you. So you can turn over a new leaf, turn over a new page, and get something on track or back on track. Now, we do have the sun in your 12th house, so something could potentially be illuminated for you at this time. Your 12th house is endings, right? Last house in the astro wheel. So this can be a completion of a karmic cycle for you. This can be where you may actually realize what your dreams are, or you could have a dream coming to fruition for you. Something that you've been fantasizing about, perhaps some past manifestations for you guys. But it might be very, very important for you, and it usually is at the full moon anyway, but extra important for you to take a step back and to try and find a little bit of peace and quiet somewhere. Just somewhere you can kind of just sit with your energy, meditate if you want, whatever that happens to be for you. But you're probably really going to find that you crave a little bit of peace and quiet at this time here, Virgo. And maybe you're lost in thought a little bit, or you're trying to put a plan together, right? This is the end of a cycle for you in a really big way, right? Especially when we have the 12th house energy there. But there could be something kind of pulling you back. So there could be some strings somewhere that need to be unraveled or cut, right? So before you can move forward, you've got to make some decisions or make some changes or kind of cut some ties somewhere along the way. For some of you here, you could be really switching up your daily routine, because the 6th house can really have to do with your job. So is there a better career path that you've been dreaming of? Is there been something that you've been working towards? Is there something that you want to do and you want to break out on your own? And this can be where something is shifting, because our work, right, what we do for a living, or where we work, or how we get to work, it's all part of our daily routines. Some of you could be certainly having something happening with a pet. this can be a great time to get a vet checkup, a great time to get a doctor checkup for you as well. It's always kind of that big reminder for ourselves, but just pay attention to yourself, your health, happiness, and well-being, especially when we do have this full moon right in your sign. Let's see what else we've got for you. And we've got a number 2 card. We've got a cycle card, and it's status quo. And status quo can represent that there's nothing major that you necessarily need to do at this time, that there's a lot of things that are falling into place for you. And so again, this can be where there is a culmination of events and something is shifting because of work you've already done, because of decisions that you've already made, and now we're just watching things kind of come into fruition for you. So this can be a really wonderful energy. This is a quite peaceful energy here as well. So, we all do need a little bit of peace and quiet, right? But we all do need this little bit of a sense of that everything's going to be okay. And so whatever we're doing, whatever we're changing, whatever is happening around us, internally, externally, right, that things are going to be just fine. And the status quo card can certainly represent that. And so what this can represent, you are either finishing a cycle where everything has been just the same, right? Where everything has just been normal, nothing exciting happening, and you've maybe even been kind of wondering what is going to happen. And so things are about to shift for you a little bit there, but this can also represent you're entering a cycle of the status quo, where again, what the work you've already done, the plans you put in place, the actions that you've already taken, this is where you have paved that path already, and now all you need to do is walk down it. We have creativity here, express your soul energy. So when we're dreaming about things, your 12th house, by the way, is your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, okay? There could be a secret come to light here as well. Now, with the creativity energy, this can certainly be something that you have created something. So something that you have been working on because of your powers, your abilities to create. This is where something is coming to fruition for you. But this can also represent your power, your strength to harness the creativity that is the basis of manifesting our goals and our dreams. So without creativity, right, we can't have manifestation because it is a creation energy. So what do you want to create? What do you want to change? Is everything good in your world? Maybe you want to pick up a hobby. But you have the ability to create the life you want no matter what it is. Now, some of you here are also being called to share with the world or share with yourself something that you love. And this can be maybe you've got some creative talents that you don't give yourself credit for. Maybe you're really good at painting or crochet or maybe you're a good cook or a baker or something, right? So this is really your way of expressing your soul, right, is through your powers of creativity. So whether you're starting something new or whether you've been working on something behind the scenes that now you're ready to share, right, 12th house energy where your sun is can be that, that force there where you're sharing something that you've been keeping a little bit of a secret. But it's a beautiful energy, right? So tap in and harness your powers of creativity. We've got the page of emotions. There's some creativity right there. 7 of emotions. There's your dreams, your imagination, and the Knight of materials here as well. So your 7 of emotions right in the middle here, this is 7 of cups energy. And 7 of cups can represent that you've got a lot of options, you maybe have some decisions, and you may be a little bit confused or indecisive. And the 7 of emotions can get us in that energy because we're dreaming about something, we're imagining something, maybe we can even see the movie playing out in our head on how we want something to transpire. So in this energy, it's important to listen to your intuition, trust your heart, and we do need to remember that, it's not always easy to make a decision, But sometimes we just need to get started on something. We just need to take that first step. And if we need to course correct along the way, then that's what we need to do. But when we get in the Seven of Emotions energy, we sometimes feel a little bit confused. Our decision-making abilities are clouded. And Virgo, funny thing is, my sister is a Virgo. And good Lord, sometimes getting her to make a decision on something is a very painful process, because she gets lost in the minutia of the details. And we do have the Knight of Materials showing up here, which is very detail oriented. It's important to pay attention to details in our life, but sometimes we can get mired in the mud. We can pay so much attention to the little tiniest things that we get lost in this Seven of Emotions energy. So how is your way out? Yes, we need to put a plan in place. Yes, we need to put some details together, or we need to gather some information, right? But we ultimately need to listen to our intuition, page of emotions, follow our heart, page of emotions, to create the life that we want, or to make the changes that we want, or to start something new that we want, to open the door of possibilities. Take things one day at a time, Knight of Materials, and you will reach your goal. You will get to where you need to get to. So you're being a little bit encouraged here to kind of not necessarily ignore details, because details are important, but don't place quite so much emphasis on them. All you need to do is get started on something. Because remember, you are right at the end, you are right at the cusp of something here, whether it is leaving something behind, starting something new, or you're just going through this transformative process. And remember, we do have the square energy that's going on here with this full moon, and it is a fixed T-square. So the fixed energy here, Virgo, is a resistance to change. Fixed energy is digging in your heels, finding an excuse not to do something, whether you realize that or not. So embrace the energy of the page of emotions. Live your life, create your life, live from the heart, trust your emotions, trust your feelings, and ultimately trust your intuition. This is a beautiful energy. Now, the page of emotions can bring you something new. It can bring you some news. It can bring you some opportunities here, but it can also be a little bit of an awakening energy for you as well. So you're stepping into, you don't necessarily need to do anything status quo, because those wheels are already in motion. Just be conscious and aware. But the Knight of Materials, you could have some really good news coming your way here at this time as well. And again, this is Knight of Pentacles energy, so it's very grounded, very down to earth, very detail oriented, which is fine, unless it goes to extremes. But the Knight of Materials, the Knights are always on a quest, and the Knights are always successful in the upright. So something here is a result of your labor, or you have your ability here to achieve your goals, but take things one day at a time. Don't worry so much about your long-term outcome, because sometimes we have divine detours along the way, and just take things one day, one step at a time. And if you need to course correct on your journey or get back on track when you fall off that horse, then you are able to do so. All right. And this is especially important if you're trying to make some really positive changes to your health in any way, physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, right? Let's say one of the hardest things that we can do sometimes is kick a bad habit, or do some things like get in shape or lose weight, right? We often do fall off the bandwagon, and we sometimes do take a step or two back and then propel ourselves back forward again. So whatever your situation is, right, we're not always successful the first time out, and sometimes we need to try something a little bit different. We have card number 3 related to Venus, the Empress card, and creation. I am charismatic. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. Use your gifts of communication to your advantage. I'll leave that there for you, Virgo. Have good luck in this full moon. I thank you for watching, and we will move on to Libra. Hello there, Libra. Welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. This could be potentially a little bit more pleasurable for you than for some other people. This is occurring in your 5th house of self-expression, romance, love affairs, creativity, hobbies, interests, pleasure, joy, the things that bring you a lot of happiness in your life. So you could have something coming to fruition here that puts a big smile on your face. You could also be putting your happiness at the forefront. So what do you need to let go that's getting in the way of you being happy or you doing the things that you love, right? The 5th house is very creative energy, right? Your hobbies, your interests. So have you been super busy? Have you been putting everyone else's needs first? Have you been working too much and you haven't had a lot of time to do those things that do fill your heart with joy, right? Whether it's reading a book, or connecting with nature, or painting a portrait, or whatever it happens to be. Sometimes we do get lost in the hustle and bustle of life and we just don't have enough time. So you could be really focusing on how to infuse your life with more of the things that you enjoy. There could be some focus on romance and love affairs at this time as well. All right. But you could also be potentially getting real with a relationship, especially, if you've been, especially a newer relationship here, Libra. Maybe you've had a little summer fling and now you're kind of thinking, okay, is this something that has a potential to go further? Or have we kind of hit the end of the road? So you could either be making a decision that, okay, that was fun, that was awesome, but I'm pretty sure that it's just a summer fling, so I think I'm going to move on. But you could also be potentially deepening a connection there as well. If you are single looking for love, you could potentially be meeting new people at this time as well. Or you could be looking at your social groups, your connections, and making some changes in that regard, because we do have the sun opposing in the 11th house. The 11th house is the Aquarian house ruled by Uranus, and this is about your friendships, your connections, your memberships, the groups you belong to, your social media, all of that kind of stuff. But it is also the house of your wishes. So we could have a little push and pull energy there. You could be making decisions that, the people that I'm connected to right now, that's not working for me. And so I'm going to make some new connections. It could be online. It could be in person. Some of you are maybe willing to take a little bit of a chance at this time as well. And perhaps you may meet somebody online. You could have a deepening again of a romantic bond. But here's the thing as well. You could have some friendships getting in the way of love and romance as well. Those little complications that do come up sometimes in our relationships, right? So your 5th house, love and romance, your 11th house, your friendships. And when we are in opposing forces there, right, it could be that, maybe your significant others wants to spend more time with their friends, or they're spending too much time with their friends and it's getting in the way of your relationship, right? That kind of thing. Or perhaps that's you doing the same thing. You could also have some drama that comes up with some friends at this time of this full moon as well. So it could be some unexpected happenings coming in there. And because this does have to do with love affairs, maybe there's like some secret that comes to light out of your friendship group there. But ultimately here, I think that, you are maybe getting clear on what it is that you want, what brings you happiness and joy, and how you can express that out into the world. Let's see what else we've got here for you. We've got people, new supportive connections. And well, there you go. All right. So you could be meeting new people, forging new friendships. And look at this. We've got this happy couple on here. They're spending some time together and they are painting something on a canvas. So perhaps this is a time when maybe you want to spend a little bit more time with your significant other or with some close friends. And maybe you want to get out and meet some new people, and perhaps joining some sort of creative group may be the key for you there. So if you're in a partnership, right, maybe you go to like a paint night at the local pub or something, or maybe you decide, well, let's go take some dancing lessons or something, or we'll learn something together, right? It can actually help you have that common supportive bond. But again, if you're looking to meet new friends or new romantic interests and things, again, you could be joining some sort of creative group, right? Because then at least you've got a common thread, and you're perhaps meeting people organically, meeting people face to face, which can be so much easier to make a connection or a new friend, when we are face to face rather than, just a faceless person over the internet. We have nature, tune into the natural world. Okay, so stay grounded. And I did say at the beginning of the reading of this full moon reading in the intro, that is going to be very important to get grounded. So because your ruler is Venus, you are probably going to find a lot of solace and maybe some inspiration by connecting with nature, whether you're sitting by the ocean, a river, a lake, a stream, a pond, or a puddle, right? You may be wanting to connect with water. Maybe the forest is your forte. Maybe you want to spend some time in your garden, right? So whatever it is, nature can bring you inspiration. Nature can bring you solace, but nature is also where we can get grounded and we can feel connected with the earth and the elements that are around us. And it is nice spending time in nature, right? We can also sometimes get signs that appear when we are in a nice, calm environment. We have the Four of Materials. That is the Four of Pentacles energy. Three of Inspiration. That's the Three of Wands. And we have Awakening. That is the Judgment card. So again, you might be getting some clarity here. You might be letting some things go. The Four of Materials is technically an energy of having a good, strong, solid foundation, staying grounded and rooted in reality. It is also where we know our worth and we know our values. And these are things that we typically aren't necessarily wanting to compromise on. So you could be really getting a deeper understanding of your worth, and there's certain things in your life that you do value that maybe you want to reconnect with, spend more time with, or this is something so important to you that it's like we've got that big boundary in place, right? Someone, you want someone to respect, especially if you're single looking for love, right? This is my core values of what I want. Anything else is icing on the cake. So, if you're looking for a new partner, right, maybe you're looking for someone who is honest and trustworthy and responsible, but also fun-loving, right, those kind of things. And those might match your personal values, right, the things that deep down are part of you. The Four of Materials is also a reminder of discernment, because it can be known as the Miser card, right, and it can be known as one where we're protecting something or holding on to something too tight. So this is a reminder here that we need to recognize when to let go, when to open up, when to receive, when to be welcoming, but also when to, kind of take that step back and protect our energy, ourselves, our resources, our time, right? All of those things. So just remember that. But typically the Four of Materials, though, is one where we know that we have built a good, strong, solid foundation in our lives, and we are welcoming more abundance to it, whatever that looks like to you. But we do have the Three of Inspiration, which shows that, there could be new sources of inspiration coming in for you, new opportunities coming in for you. This is an energy of creation, expansion, and growth, and one of moving forward. Our obstacles, our blocks have been cleared, and we are looking out into the horizon for a bigger, a better, a more satisfactory, a more fun tomorrow, whatever that looks like to you, but you're ready for action, you're ready for something here, and this is one where we're just waiting for the right time, or waiting for the right opportunity, and then we'll seize the moment. But we do have the Awakening card here, the Judgment card, essentially, so it's being called to the light. This is seeing the truth. This is getting clarity on something. It's like, oh my goodness. So there could be some deep realization that you do get around this full moon. This is also about revealing something. So something could be revealed to you, something that is currently hidden, something that is currently buried. It could be something within you, could be something outside of you, okay? And again, it can be maybe a secret or something, again, that does come to light. This is also about making an important decision. Do I stay? Do I go? Is something working? Is it not working? What do I need to release in order to move forward and find something a little bit better? So those decisions are important, but it's an important milestone, important stepping stone in our lives, because we do need to make room. There's a forgiveness, a healing energy that comes out with this particular card as well, letting go of the past and moving forward to the future. And that is a big theme, of course, with this full moon. Aquarian energy, futuristic energy, Uranus energy here, which is the Great Awakener, and we have Awakening card for you. This is shaking things up, helping us find freedom, liberating ourselves from something so that we can move forward to the future. And here, what are we doing? We're looking forward to the future, but we are figuring out what are we going to bring forward with us, and what do we need to leave behind, whether it's people, feelings, hurt, guilt, shame, whatever it happens to be. So there is this element of releasing and healing and forgiving, and that comes in here too. But again, you could have a little bit of magic here, because there could be a reawakening of something, a revival of something, and there could be a second chance on the table for you guys in some respect. So a second chance at friendship, rekindling a romance, giving yourself a second chance to do the things you love, right? Those kind of things. So let's see what else we've got for you. Thank you. And we have card 13, relates to the Death card, so change and transformation, right? 13, you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. So whatever it is that you want, wherever it is that you want to create or change, remember, you have the confidence to get her done. I'll leave that there for you, Libra. I thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed your reading. Good luck in this full moon. I'll see you guys later. Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. So this is really highlighting your sector of house and home. This is your home, your family, your children, your parents, the foundations that you've built in your life as well. So you could have something coming to fruition around your home life. You could also have a little bit of drama around your home life as well. Remember these squares that we've got going on at this full moon. So you could be a little bit at an impasse with somebody in your house. This can also be like the moment where you're done living where you're living and you're ready to move. Something could be coming to fruition for you around your home life here as well. You could be raising the funds and getting that yes from the bank to buy your own home, move to a different location, that kind of thing. But this can just be a focus for you on the things that are important in your life, in your home and in your family. And perhaps you're wanting to spend a little bit more time at home, or make it a more inviting, warm environment. So maybe you're decluttering a little bit. Remember, full moons about cleansing and purging, right? So you could be decluttering a little bit, rearranging your furniture. Maybe you don't have like tons of spare money or something to move to a different place or anything like that. But there's a lot of things you can do very cheaply to improve your home environment, right? Bucket of paint goes a very long way. So those kind of things, or maybe you just want a little bit of peace and quiet. We do also have an opposition to your 10th house. And so your 10th house has to do with your career, your ambition, your achievements, your goals, that kind of thing. It's also about your public image and a dominant parent. So we've got the nurturing parent in your 4th house, typically a mother, and we've got the dominant parent in your 10th house opposing each other, typically a father figure, right? Or the dominant parent, right? However, you have that in your family dynamic. So there could be some opposition back and forth there. So maybe your parents, some of you, your parents might be splitting up, getting a divorce. Maybe they are selling the family home and dividing up the assets. And this can be kind of interesting. Maybe one of them wants to, maybe one of them wants to downsize and the other one might not want to, right? We're in opposition with that energy. But the opposition, we can quite often figure out a way to work together. So you could find yourself in a situation where maybe you're a mediator. This can also, like I said, it can also be like, divorce proceedings and things like that. But with the 10th house being your career, your ambition, your goals, you could be having some success in your career path. And this can actually open the door to make more money for you so that you can afford a better house or you can move to a better neighborhood and that kind of thing. Some of you could be trying to find a balance as well, very important, between home and work, a work-home life balance, right? Because they're not jiving together the way that you want to right now. It can be that maybe you work from home and it might not be working so well. So there's something you've got to change about that, right? And especially if you don't necessarily have extra rooms for like your own office or things like that, and you've got your workspace somewhere in a corner, you can have issues turning off work, right? I'm just going to check that one last email. Or maybe your kids play with your work stuff, and just be very aware of that because we do have a Mercury retrograde as well. So just make sure you lock your computer down and things like that, just so that someone doesn't accidentally delete some sort of important document or emails or something. Because those little accidents can happen. So there could be something here that you're wanting to change that has to do with working from home. Either find a new job where you can work from home or make some adjustments with the work from home that you may already do. But again, we can find balance between our work and home life there. We have new beginnings, a cycle card for you. So a cycle of something new, out with the old, in with the new, a new beginning, a fresh start, a new home, a new job, a new baby. Okay. Literally the 4th house can certainly have to do with your children. And so somebody could be considering having a child. There could be a potential pregnancy announcement. Perhaps you are considering starting a family or adding to your family, but it can be where, maybe one of your children is, has a little surprise. They could be starting their own family. But whatever it is, we've got the cycle of new beginnings coming in here for you, opening the doors, opening the pathway for something a little bit better, brighter, and shinier than what you've got right now. Whether it's a new way of living your day-to-day life so that you have more balance and harmony in it, whether you are sprucing up your home a little bit, giving a lick of paint so it feels cozy and warm and fresh and new, whether it's a new job and something that can bring you some more money, whatever it happens to be, new beginnings on the horizon for you. We also have leisure and sport coming in here for participate and have fun. So again, the thing is that when we have our career, our work life, kind of our ambitions and goals, they're kind of, interfering or getting in the way of having fun or of getting active or, enjoying life a little bit, then perhaps there's some time to make some changes. This can also represent that maybe there's some teamwork going on around your workplace as well. And this can be where maybe someone sets up like an office baseball team or something like that. or maybe there's like a team building activities and you may not necessarily want to participate, but the universe is telling you here right now that teamwork makes the dream work, and you could end up having a little bit more fun than you actually thought. So let down your shield, let down your guard, and go out and participate. But whatever the situation is, you're being encouraged to move your body as well, right? Because, you know, all work and no play, right? It's not good for anyone. And so in this energy, what can you do to get your body moving? Go to like a Zumba class, do a yoga class, go out and play basketball or soccer or something. Just something to get your body moving, because when we get our body moving, our energy gets flowing. So it's really good for us and really positive for us. We have the Muse of Voices. So this is equates back to the King of Swords energy, the Knight of Materials, and we have Temperance. So we'll start with Temperance because that is the overruling energy here for you. And the Temperance card is actually Sagittarian energy ruled by Jupiter, thank you. Expansion, growth, abundance, good luck, good fortune, all of those things, the big picture, philosophies of life, all of that kind of stuff. Jupiter expands everything it touches, and right now it is touching the Temperance card and of course the Knight of Materials. So you can certainly have some good fortune that is developing in your life, something that helps you to grow, especially whatever your goals or ambitions are. The Temperance card does bring about balance, health, happiness, and harmony, right? It brings a healing energy here, right? So we've got, even though we've got opposing forces, right? The Temperance card, the traditional imagery is fire and water, and they're opposing forces, but when we bring them together, we create something. So we can be in opposition with something, but when we come together, we can make something happen, right? So there is that energy there of being able to find a workaround on something, find a solution. Temperance card is also a guardian angel card. So you're really pay attention to any kind of signs, symbols, and synchronicities going on. This can be where you're being guided and shown the way. Maybe you're being given a heads up about an opportunity that you never thought about before. Whatever it happens to be, this is a great time to connect with your spiritual soul tribe. But we do have the Muse of Voices and the Knight of Materials here as well. So some of you are making some very important decisions about your money, your job, where you live, how you invest your money, where you want to spend your money, how you make it, right? All of that kind of stuff. The Knight of Materials can represent that we are looking at the details of our life, especially in our physical world, right? You've got a goal, you've got a dream, you've got a vision. How do I get there? Okay, let's dial it back to ground zero, and let's have a look and see what is it we're missing, what can we do to change, and what do we need to embrace. The Knight of Materials reminds you to take things one day at a time and pay attention to the details, but keep moving forward, keep making those steps, because you will get to where you want to get to. Sometimes we feel like things are slow, but things are often slow for a reason, right? But in this energy here, I feel like there's a very important conversation about your career, about your money, about your work life, about your home life, right? The Muse of Voices, that King of Swords energy. The King of Swords has clarity, a sense of purpose, and doesn't shy away from making the big important decisions. Awesome for communication, getting our point across, and talking about the details of things that we can hash out a solution. So this can be really good energy for you. We're getting things done. We're moving forward. We're not staying stuck. And we are doing so in a very calm, very patient kind of way. The Knight of Materials, very patient energy. The Temperance card, very patient energy. And the Muse of Voices, awesome for negotiation, for making those decisions, and for really kind of getting clarity around something as well. So you do have a lot of positive forces going on around you here. So communicate to find a solution, whatever that happens to be for you. Let's get one last card. Thank you out here. Okay, we're going to get two more cards apparently. All right, there we go. You get a bonus card, considering I was told to shuffle again. So let's see, the one that slipped out here is number 666. Now, 666 is not an evil number, okay? I say this every single time this card comes out, all right? Depends on your belief system. Of course, there's, you know, certain religious belief systems that believe this, but in numerologically speaking, sixes represent coming back into balance and harmony after a time of change and turmoil, all right? 666, a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. I am centered. And we have number 11. I am intuitive. You have a keen awareness of what's happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you to understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I'll leave that there for you, Scorpio. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. Good luck in this full moon. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Hello there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. This can be a little bit weird for you, okay? Remember, your chart ruler, Jupiter, is in Gemini, okay, which in theory should be kind of, you know, a lot of different conversations, talking about the future, expanding our horizons, all that. But Jupiter is in a square with Saturn and Pisces. So this is part of a wider storyline here, Sagittarius. This particular square will come up again on December 24th. So pay close attention to what is going on in your world at this full moon, because something could repeat itself around on the 24th of December or in that vicinity. You might at this time be feeling a little bit uncertain about things. Maybe you're feeling a little bit out of control, a little bit confused. So it's going to be really important in this energy to stay grounded, to find a little bit of quiet time, to meditate, to contemplate, to reflect, okay, and not make any rash decisions. This is probably not the best energy to make travel plans, okay? This is happening in your third house, which can have to do with some travel, but typically short trips. And this is opposing the sun in your ninth house, which is your house, and this is about big trips. So travel in both sectors, but there is opposing forces, right? Travel close to home, travel abroad, right? Travel, you know, for a day or two, travel for a month or two. And so there is this little bit of an opposition there with that energy. And so you could be trying to make some decisions about, where do I want to go on vacation, or do I want to move somewhere, right? Because for some of you, you're looking at expanding your horizons in a way that perhaps you're thinking of moving to another country, or moving across your own country, right? But relocating in some way, but a great distance away. But you could also be, there's something tying you to your neighborhood or to your current city that you live in. And it can be quite the little bit of a push and pull for you, because ultimately you want freedom, and there's something kind of restricting you a little bit. So again, very important to take your time, to take that step back, to look at the big picture, gather some details, but try not to overthink something here as well. The answers will come, but it's just the 18th, 19th. I would wait a few days before making any final decisions on anything, especially if it's like a permanent move somewhere. It's just, you may come back and you may be like, well, I didn't think of that. Or, oh yeah, I was kind of wrapped up in my emotions and now I kind of regret doing that. So we don't want that energy. So when we take our time, we can kind of avoid that. But the third house is all about communication, and it is ruled by Mercury, and it is a Gemini house. So again, this is like, I want to expand, or I want to talk about something, but something's holding me back. Or I want to, you know, make some moves, but I'm not sure what I want. Mercury is in retrograde, So in your third house, we can have issues with communication. We can have issues with making decision. We can have conversations that go a little bit sideways. We can have challenges booking our trips. We can have problems with our email, our devices, our technology, right? So, so just kind of keep that in mind. Our perception about things can be a little bit skewed as well. Now, is it all bad? No, of course not here, Saggy. It is absolutely not, because we can be really kind of, retrogrades, especially Mercury retrograde, because it is so disruptive and it happens quite often. It's a really fast moving planet, right? And so Mercury retrograde especially does get, a bad rap, but we can use this energy to our advantage to reflect, refocus, regroup, renew, reassess, reevaluate, right? So, this can be where you kind of revive an old idea, or you have a second look at an opportunity that maybe you had kind of dismissed a little bit earlier. You can, take your time and have those important conversations rather than those fly-by-night text messages that never get understood properly. So we can have a second chance, or we can have a revival of something here in a more positive way, right? So use this energy to kind of give yourself a breather for a few days, and then come back to the drawing board a little bit later. But you could have some things going on in your social life here as well. Maybe there's some social gossip that's going around. There could be some neighborhood gossip, that kind of stuff, right? And so, stay in your own lane there, Saggy. It's going to probably serve you well if you do gossip. It's easy to get caught up in it, especially if it's something really juicy. And it doesn't affect you directly, right? It can be like, oh, that's interesting, tell me more. But at the same time, do we really kind of want to fall into that energy? You've got enough going on, most likely. So, just don't get overly involved in something, because it could end up in this energy biting you in the butt. All right. Travel. Hey, look at that. Wow. Okay. So pack your bags, get ready to go. So you could potentially, and I was going to say with the full moon, I mean, we can have a surprise trip planned or something like that. So there could be something that catches you off guard, right? And maybe you're scrambling to make some time to go, or trying to make a decision. Do I want to go? But travel is in some way at the forefront for you. Third house, again, travel, short trips. Ninth house, travel, long trips. And so the travel card is here. Is it time for you to take a vacation? Have you been ignoring your own needs? Is it time for a little bit of R&R? Again, maybe use this time, the 18th, 19th, to reflect on maybe where you want to go, and then a couple of days after that is where you can really kind of make those decisions, and they'll be the best decision for you. But travel of all kinds is highlighted for you, and this includes relocations as well. This includes movements for like your work. So you could get a job offer that may require you to move, or maybe you get a job offer that requires you to travel for work in some capacity. Maybe not necessarily every single day, but maybe it's like, you become like a regional manager of something, and, you might need to kind of work from home one week out of the month or something like that. I've had that job before, and it's actually kind of fun. It gets old after a while, because the one that I had was, I was home for a week, gone for a week, home for a week, gone for the week. And it was fun for about 6 months, and then it got kind of old. But anyways, because you're just never at home, right? So it can be a little bit tricky. But so you could have maybe your dream job involves a little bit of travel. But there could be something exciting on the horizon for you there. We have the new children, be all you can be. You are being called into the future, okay? Part of why you're maybe kind of feeling a little confused, or you're kind of feeling like you need to make some changes, okay? Because you could certainly feel like that. It's because you are part of the future collective, the awakening of our souls into the next wave of the future, right? The old systems are breaking and crumbling down, and you, because of your outlook on life, because of your philosophies, because of your willingness and capabilities to embrace change and to have a vision for the future. You're being called to light to guide other people. Pay attention to your visions here in this energy, because this is an awakening energy. And yes, be all you can be sounds like some sort of recruitment poster, okay? But we are shifting as humanity is shifting. And we can see it all over the world. Old systems and structures aren't working anymore. They're being broken down. Things are being revealed that, has maybe been part of like conspiracy theories. And now it's like, oh my God, there's some truth to that, right? But pay attention to your vision, your goals, your dreams, your signs, synchronicities. They're all around you. Your third eye is awakening here. Your heart chakra is open and awakened. And you have the ability to see things differently than other people do. Your intuition is heightened. Pay attention to your dreams as well. Whatever you are envisioning, you can create. And part of your goal, part of your calling may actually be to teach other people. And perhaps here, because we do have some new energy here, and full moons can certainly heighten all of your senses. And it just feels like here in this energy that maybe you're getting some answers that you may not even have known that you had the question for. Because again, the sun can bring you clarity, and the sun is in your 9th house. And this is about your belief systems, your spirituality, your faith. It's about your higher mind, your philosophy about the world, or your vision of the future, where we're going, your big ideas, right? Start a journal, write some things down. But it just feels like in this energy, you have the ability to see things that other people can't see. You have a different vision or a goal for the future that maybe other people don't quite understand. But you are also part of the chosen collective that is leading and guiding others into the future. So, expand your mind, if you will. But it feels like you may be figuring out what your soul's purpose is, and it may be right around this full moon or in the next couple of weeks, right? Just something that may hit you out of the blue, right? So find that quiet place to meditate, to contemplate, to quiet your conscious mind, and tap into your other chakras, because your third eye, your vision, if you can envision it, you can create it. And this is something a little bit different for the future. We have the Four of Materials, the Four of Voices, and the Ace of Inspiration. Very interesting. So Jupiter is your ruler, right? The sun is in your 9th house, ruled by Jupiter. It's your energy. And Jupiter is represented by number 4. So pay attention to this Jupiterian energy. It will repeat, like I said, around on December 24th, not around December 24th, on December 24th. So in the next 6 months or so, there's something here that maybe has a beginning and an end, something here that starts and finishes, or something that repeats. And it could be a conversation. It could be change. It could be something with another person, or it could be something within you. But we do have 2 4s coming out here. 4s do represent, yes, the number of Jupiter, expansion, growth, all these wonderful things. 4s are also a number of foundation, right? Stability, security, a strong foundation, planting roots. So the 4 of Materials and the 4 of Voices, we have 2 4s out here. So, this can be about being grounded and rooted in reality. This can also be about where you are planting your roots. This is also about building that foundation and trusting in the foundation that you have built, and embracing a little bit of change. Expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, and trusting that there's all kinds of wonderful things out there for you. The 4 of Materials is where we do feel grounded, safe, and secure, but the 4 of Materials can also be a little bit of a closed off energy. So this is a reminder for you to stay open. And yes, you typically are okay? But we all have other things going on. We all have different makeups. There's a lot of things that go into our makeup, not just our sun or our rising sign, right? So there's a lot of things that go on in our life experience and with our astrology birth chart and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, sometimes we aren't as willing to embrace change as we want to be. Sometimes we do kind of feel a little bit closed off, even though we know we should be a little bit more open, right? So the Four of Materials is a reminder to know your value, know your worth, hold on to the things that are important to you, the things that make up the core of who you are, but be willing to expand, be willing to let anything go that is not part of who you are or part of who you want to be for the future, and to embrace a little bit of change and trust there's more wonderful abundance and prosperity and growth and great things that are on the horizon for you. But show a little discernment with the Four of Materials. Know when to stick to your values and know when to open up and to expand. All right, very important when we have this. But we also have the Four of Voices, which is a card of rest and relaxation. Okay, so yes, some of you here, you've been holding on tight. Four of Materials, you've been building your life, but now it's time to take a rest in the Four of Voices. So whether all you're doing is taking a step back at this full moon and meditating, it's a card of meditation, and quieting your conscious mind so you can connect with the rest of your energy, right? So you can just be and just receive. Okay, but you also need a vacation. You need a break, okay, of some kind. So take a day off work, take a little short trip somewhere, or maybe take a longer trip if that's in the cards for you. But we do have the Ace of Inspiration, clarity, new ideas. It is the big yes card, okay? So say yes to something, say yes to change, say yes to whatever voices are going on in your head. Whatever your intuition is telling you and guiding your intuition, very much heightened at the Ace of Inspiration here. We have a vision for the future. We're creating in this energy. We're finding new sources of inspiration. Okay, but this is also one of action. We're acting upon our ideas. We're acting upon the things that we want. But first, in this energy, we're going to take our time and understand what it is we want or where we want to go, and then we're going to spring into action with this. So say yes. The aces are a gift. The aces are something new. The aces are something exciting. The Ace of Inspiration especially is one of manifestation, expanding your horizons, having fun, finding those new sources of inspiration and creating the life that you want. So whatever that happens to look like for you, we've got some new fresh energy that is coming in for you guys. So let's see what other messages we've got out here. Ooh, thank you very much. All right, we got a twofer here for you guys. Let's look at the one that I pulled first. Number 21, I am inspiring. 21, of course, relates back to the World card, right? So end of a cycle, stepping into something new, but the world energy also represents expansion and growth, and it can represent travel. So 21, you are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. I am inspiring. Ace of Inspiration, the new children, right? Perfectly fitting in there. Let's see what the universe flew out of the deck for you. Number 8, wonderful. 8, infinite potential, infinite possibilities, flexibility, adaptability, and of course 8 is the basis. 8 represents manifestation, but also going with the flow. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. I'll leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. Good luck in this full moon. I thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. This is really highlighting your house of money. So your second house here, which is ruled by Venus and carries a Taurus energy. So this is your money you make, your income. the money you invest, the things you own, your property, the things you value, also your habits around money and resources. So you could be really changing how you deal with money. If you have always traditionally been someone that maybe can't save money, maybe you're turning over a new leaf. If you've been the complete opposite and maybe have been a little bit miserly with your money, then perhaps you're loosening the purse strings a little bit here. But you're really having a look at the money that you make, your things that you own in your material world, and the things that are important to you. Now, we do have the sun that is opposing this energy in your 8th house. And your 8th house can have to do with the resources, the money, the finances that you share with other people. So you could be potentially resolving something that has been an issue in regards to money with another person, because we do have full moon energy. This can represent things like divorces, alimony, child support, things like that have needed to be hashed out. This can be where you really have been looking at your money on your decisions that maybe you make within a partnership, whether it's a romantic relationship or a business partnership, right? If I leave, what can I take with me? What am I leaving behind? Do we have room to grow, to make something better, to expand our horizons in a positive way? Or do we need to make some changes? So you could have some very important decisions, especially to do with money and your partnerships. You could also be a little bit back and forth in this energy, especially if you have any loans or debt that you need to pay off. Your 2nd house, where the moon is, you may be really wanting to have a little bit of financial freedom, but then the sun, which is in your 8th house here, is kind of saying, well, hey, maybe do we want to be responsible with our money, or is there something that we want to buy, right? So, you might be kind of a little bit back and forth as to whether to pay off a loan or to buy the thing that you want. So maybe there's a common ground there that you can find. But you could be experiencing some changes and transformations in your money, whether you share that money with other people or not. There is potential for endings here, potential for new beginnings here, dissolution of partnerships, but also potentially opening the door, the pathway for new partnerships here, which could really affect your physical world in a hopefully positive way. But again, there is this back and forth and there is this stuck energy. So we do need to kind of take that step back and work something out here. But again, yes, you could be having something that comes to fruition, especially with this being a full moon. We have new beginnings here for you, stepping into a new cycle, out with the old and in with the new job, new money. You could potentially be having an inheritance come in. This can really catch you off guard, and it can also be something that can make you a little bit uncomfortable, even if it is really positive, right? Because if we think of how we traditionally get inheritances, right, usually someone needs to pass on for that, and we find out that maybe we're written into someone's will, and even though we want to jump for joy and go, oh my goodness, this is awesome, but at the same time we feel bad at the same time, right? So there could be a little opposing forces there. There could be some sort of revelation that comes out here with this full moon for you, and this can certainly affect your money or your job. This can open the door to new beginnings or an improvement for you, but it can be something brand new entirely. We have to break something down in order to bring something in that's a lot better. You could potentially be getting a loan to buy something that you want, like a house or a car, those kind of things. And again, you're kind of torn. You're a little bit back and forth. It's like, I really want this, but at the same time, it's like, I want to buy my first house. Great. I've been saving my pennies and all this kind of stuff, right? I get approved for the mortgage, but then at the same time, it's like, oh my God, now I'm in debt for the next 20 years, right? So, even though it's something really positive, it's something that does maybe come with a little bit extra responsibility. And so again, you're a little bit back and forth. So, but whatever your situation is, there's something new that is being highlighted for you here. So you're encouraged to embrace change, encouraged to go with the flow again, because there could be something going on that is not necessarily within your control. Okay, so just keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and because I do get a little bit of the impression that for someone out there, that your company is going to go through some sort of restructure. There's something that is going to get revealed that is like shocking news. It may simply be that, you know, someone is being put in a leadership role that is like, holy crap, how did they get that job? It could be something positive, or it could be something that is like a little bit foreboding for you. It could be a company restructure, a merging of companies, that kind of thing. So what that can do with the new beginnings is that can either you know, put a new energy, infuse new fresh life into your workplace. This can line you up for a new position within that company, hopefully with the potential to make more money. Or what this could do is release you from that that situation that maybe didn't give you the growth or financial prosperity that you were looking for, and propels you forward into something completely new, right? And it's that little push that you may have needed. So embrace the new. We have card number 11, communal markets. Trust that all you need will come to you. All right. Now this can come from people helping people. This can be about, you know, about people getting together to make some change, right? Whatever it happens to be, the universe is aligning people, places, situations, opportunities for you, and all you need to do is be open, be aware, and be ready for a little bit of action. It is card number 11, so we've got 3 ones out here for you. Cycle card is number 1, new beginnings, and the communal markets is number 11. So 111, new, something new is coming in. So don't be afraid to embrace the change, and don't be afraid to release that old and embrace the shift. We have the 4 of Voices here. So the 4 of Voices can certainly represent an energy of peace, calm. It is an energy of rest and relaxation. It's also one of meditation. So all of those things will be very important for you to embrace at this full moon, okay? So find a place of peace and calm. Find a place where you can meditate or contemplate. Find a place where you can just be and just connect with your energy. But also, you know, you could potentially have something going on that maybe does give you a little bit of time off. It may not be what you wanted, but embrace it if that's the case for you. All right. And just relax, and because things are working out for you. We also have the 8 of Emotions, and this is in reverse. And we have the Queen of Emotions. Okay. So you may have been holding on to something that hasn't been working, and there's something better coming in for you. We do have a healing element that's coming in here with the Queen of Emotions, right? The 8 of Emotions here, typically we are feeling detached and we are walking away, we're moving forward. So when we have it in the reverse, this can be where we're holding on too tight to some feelings, to some emotions, to the past perhaps. This is where we are perhaps feeling a little bit stuck, like we're not moving forward in the direction that we want to. There could also be some forward momentum here, and some release that is not necessarily within our control. But the Queen of Emotions comes in here to say that there is an opportunity to heal. There's an opportunity to grow. There's an opportunity for something better. The Queen of Emotions is where we get really creative, is where the things that we're creating come to fruition for us. It's also one of being in touch with our emotions in a positive way, right? And it's one of not worrying, right? We're open, we're ready to receive, we're trusting in the process. We're listening to our intuition, our inner guidance system. And yes, you may even have someone that can help you, right? Remember, we've got communal markets here, and this can be where people are helping people coming together, all right? But this can be a leveling up energy for you here as well, all right? Your opportunity to step into a situation that's way better than the one that you currently have, or the one that you've left, or the one that maybe you've been forced out of. But the Queen of Emotions is a beautiful energy. Awakening to your true purpose, creating the life that you want, being open to new beginnings or a better way, right? Because the new beginnings doesn't necessarily have to mean something brand new. It can just represent a leveling up or a better way, right? So making those improvements on our current situations. But be open to some change. There's love in the air for you. This can be opportunities opening up to maybe do what you love what you do and make some money at it. This can be where maybe we do repair, thank you, a situation with another person where we've been having some issues with our shared resources, with our money, right? And so this is where you're kind of getting things back on track. But of course, you could be meeting new people to partner up with, whether it is in your love life or your business life, whatever it happens to be, right? So you could be doing that as well. So let's see what else. Very happy energy there. And maybe some lucky energy here as well. If 7 is your lucky number, this is highlighted for you as well. We've got 3 1s and now 3 7s, okay? 777, I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calm in your soul. Love that. And that's a really big key to navigating some of this very tricky and very turbulent and very interesting, we'll call it, energy, is to be in the flow. And we have number 33. I am expanding. Any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be well worth your while. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened. And that's a master number 33. So 3s, creation, 7s, maybe lucky, but also very spiritual in its energy. So again, really trust your intuition. Okay. And of course, we've got those 3 1s out there for you. So a lot of synchronicities coming in for you guys here. And don't forget, as we move into September, we're going to have Pluto retrograding back into your sign. So this can be, really the next month or so can be some energies of massive shifts for you, right? So again, in the flow is where you want to be. I'll leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So please like, share, subscribe. Good luck in this full moon. I thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye. Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to your full moon reading in your sign. Oh, Aquarius, you are very much the star of the show for this particular full moon. Embrace the change here, Aquarius, okay? This is, of course, happening in your first house. And your first house has to do with you, yourself, your identity, your attitude, your approach to life, all of these things, and also what the things that you want. So you might be kind of, really willing to make some changes and to let some things go in order to get what you want. Or you're maybe even figuring out here, who am I and what do I want? What makes me happy? Where do I want to go? You could also be re-examining how you deal with people or how you approach situations in your life. Do you feel like you're being your best you, or do you feel like sometimes maybe you're a little too standoffish, or maybe you're a little bit too, how can we say, a little bit too honest, brutally honest sometimes. Honesty is a wonderful virtue, but sometimes it's all in the delivery, right? But you could be really looking out into the future and saying, where am I going? What do I need to change? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to start here? And where do I envision myself going? So you could have some very happy surprises that do come up at this full moon. You could have some things coming to fruition. You could be meeting new people. You could be starting new projects, and you could just maybe have some really wonderful, unexpected happenings. But embrace change, Aquarius, right? You are fixed air, and fixed air, while you recognize quite often that change is necessary evil, right? It's not always the easiest thing to really do, especially if you don't have a clear vision as to why. So you could be asking some big questions as to why do I need to change this, or what does this mean to me? What will the perceived outcome be? We do have the sun in opposition to your moon. The moon is in your first house, and the sun is in the 7th house, and your 7th house ruled by Venus, and it is about relationships, contracts, other people, enemies sometimes, romantic and business partnerships, equality, and the things that we share. So you could have some opposing forces at work between yourself and other people. And Aquarius, you are known as the humanitarian of the group, and you are always willing to lend a helping hand. You are always willing to put yourself out there for other people, right? You do share your knowledge, your resources and things. And, but the thing is that with this full moon, maybe you are kind of taking that step back and reflecting and saying, where am I giving too much? Am I being taken advantage of? Do I always put myself out there for other people when I really should be focusing on me? And sometimes we feel a little bit guilty. Sometimes we just feel a sense of duty, that we should always be there for other people. But, it is important to take care of numero uno. It is important to do the things that you want to do, or the things that bring you pleasure and joy. And, so it's important to find a balance. All right. So you could have a little bit of back and forth with someone in your life. You could potentially, in this energy, be willing to let some sort of partnership go. Might be a friendship, a business partnership, of course, a romantic relationship potentially here as well. Because if you are not getting anything you need out of that relationship, then there is nowhere else for it to grow for you. Maybe someone else is getting everything that they need out of the relationship, right? But you're left feeling a little bit empty. But whatever your situation is, do what is right for you, okay? Take a step back, take some time, okay? Remember, Mercury retrograde, we're reflecting in this energy, okay? We don't have to make rash decisions, rash choices, or anything like that. You could have some money things that are coming up at this time as well, because this is 27 degrees that this full moon is at, which is actually a Taurus degree, which is your 2nd house of money, right? So money, your income, your resources, all that kind of stuff. So there could be some personal goals, especially with some money, that you want to do or want to achieve, right? And maybe you do need to kind of put up some boundaries there so that other people don't take your time away from the goals that you have in mind for yourself. We have the vast universe here, card number 1 with a spirit card, the vast universe. You are so connected with the universe at this full moon. Find a quiet time, find a quiet space to meditate, to contemplate, to do some cleansing and purging. Personally, for me, I would not do any manifestations at all at this full moon, okay? I'm Aquarius sun, all right? So it's my full moon too, okay? There is so much chaos going around. We're in this cosmic soup of energy at this full moon, and I would wait until like the next new moon in September. If you do want to set intentions or manifest anything. What I would do though at this full moon for sure is cleanse, purge, let go, release. Do full moon rituals that are geared towards that, to find peace and harmony, to embrace change, to be in the flow, connect with water, right? All these kind of things. This is where you're going to have the most impact, because this will help you navigate all these squares that we've got going on, all this uncertainty and all this unpredictability, right? Because people do tend to look to you as a leader. People do tend to look to you for guidance or maybe insight and wisdom, because you see things a little bit differently than other people do. So it is super important to ground yourself and to be in that cleansing, reflective energy, okay? Listen to your intuition as well, because there could definitely be something coming to fruition for you, and the signs are going to point you in the right direction. But ultimately, there could be some massive awakenings happening for you, light code activation, some downloads. Pay attention to your dreams at this moon as well. The universe is speaking to you. We have family relationships attuned heart to heart. Okay, family relationships very important. So again, you could have something going on with other people in your life here right now. You could have some big changes coming into your family unit. There could be a pregnancy announcement, expanding your family. There could be breakups. There could be new beginnings, all of these kind of things. But you could have a potential healing in your family and your relationships as well, whether it's the family you're born into or your chosen family, right? Your friends that you hold near and dear. Have a heart to heart. This could be a revelation of feelings. This can be where someone is getting something off their chest. But of course, when we connect heart to heart and have those heart to heart conversations, we learn about someone else, and we can also kind of help along the way. And because it is like a bearing of the soul, right? So it could be someone that wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. We have a page of emotions here. Love the page of emotions. It could be a surprise with that one. The 10 of inspiration, and that is the 10 of wands energy. Whoop. And we have the muse of voices, which is the king of swords, okay? So you could be making some very important decisions at this full moon. The muse of voices, the king of swords. The king of swords always has clarity, a sense of purpose, is always very knowledgeable and very intelligent, and always can be very quick to make a decision, has the wisdom to make the right decisions, and also has that leadership quality, leadership vibe. And this can be your energy, right? You are this king of voices. You know what to say, when to say it. Your gift of communication is very much on point. Your ability to make those decisions and be honest and truthful is also very much on point. But the thing is, when you are in the lead, right? Kings are leadership. And when you are in the lead, what does it create? 10 of inspiration, 10 of wands, a burden. So we do need to recognize and make decisions about where to put up boundaries in our lives so that we can feel less of a burden, right? Not that we feel like a burden to other people, but so that other people don't bog us down. Because the 10 of inspiration is an energy of, we're always moving forward. We're always, on track to achieve our goals, but we take on a lot of responsibility. And taking on a lot or too much responsibility can bring stress. So where are you taking on other people's burdens? Where are you absorbing other people's energy? And it's important to make those very important decisions and to kind of say no once in a while. And thank goodness the King of Voices is here to help us say no, because when we get in this 10 of inspiration energy, we're always saying yes. And so as we've already talked about, this can be a pivotal turning point for some of you at this full moon. And you are recognizing that it's wonderful for me to give of myself, page of emotions, to help other people, to give from the heart, to be kind and compassionate and all these things, but to our own detriment sometimes in this energy. So we do need to kind of sometimes put our foot down or say no, to stand in our authority, to stand in our power, right? And it's a healthy thing, right? It's not a bad thing. It's a healthy thing. But the page of emotions is coming in here, number one, to open our heart, can bring us some good news, can bring something wonderful. The page of emotions can sometimes represent new beginnings, especially with children. So sometimes this can represent new relationships coming in, new friendships, and also possibly someone has a surprise pregnancy announcement somewhere along your way, and that can represent a little bit more responsibility or burden. If that is you, maybe you're considering expanding your family in some way or starting a family. But the page of emotions is very creative energy. It's very exciting energy. We're awakening again to spirit with this as well. So again, regardless of where you are in your spiritual journey, there is this kind of uptick for you here with this. So really do connect with your heart space. Really do kind of, find that quiet space where you can let the energy flow. Because I think you'll get some clarity around something, or you'll get this big shift coming in here. But the Page of Emotions also does quite often bring a surprise. And a happy surprise, because it is in the upright for sure. So you might meet someone new. You could have something exciting happening. You could just feel this big magnetic, joyous, vibrant shift within you. Whatever it happens to be, you might need to make a decision. But, but this can be something truly exciting and something that you least expected. All right. So get ready to receive something wonderful, even if it's just clarity or a message. You could very well be having a very important conversation with somebody either new in your life or someone very important to you. You could be clearing up old childhood issues as well, because the Page of Emotions can represent children, youth, or your childhood. And we've got the Muse of Voices, which is king energy, right? So you could be, something's been bothering you, burdening you, bogging you down with the 10 of Inspiration. And this is your completion of a cycle. So you could be completing karmic cycles with this. You could also be clearing the air with a person in your life, like, for example, a father figure, right? So your father, your uncle, your grandfather, or someone who is in like a dominant parental role could potentially be highlighted for you here. You're having a heart-to-heart conversation, clearing the air, and maybe having a fresh start. We have card number 3, I am charismatic. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversations and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. Wow. Muse of Voices, King of Voices, and the Page of Emotions. We got creativity and we got communication. So trust in your ability to communicate and your ability to create something wonderful. I'll leave all that there for you, Aquarius. Good luck in your full moon. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Hello there, Pisces, and welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. This is really highlighting your 12th house. Now, this is your house, okay? The 12th house is ruled by Neptune. It's your energy. So you could be having a very karmic cycle come to a completion here for you guys. Pay very close attention to your dreams as well. Your intuition, your spiritual self is very highlighted here, but so is your subconscious. So there could be something that comes up that has been hidden. And this is your chance to cleanse and purge and heal, let something go so that you can move forward lighter and brighter and freer than you have already been. Secrets may come to light at this full moon, okay? Your 12th house has to do with what's hidden, but also secrets, the things that you've been keeping secret, and also things that other people may have been keeping secret as well. This could impact you directly, or it could be something going on around you, and you're just going to be that conscious observer about things. The 12th house, it's going to be very important for you, and you're probably going to feel an overwhelming need to have quiet time, right? Because it is a very spiritual house here. It is a very spiritual energy here. It can help you cleanse, purge, and heal, and can also really be revealing to you in some way. Now, the only thing is that the sun is in your 6th house, and this is, of course, an opposition energy. So you might find a little bit of a push and pull, because you might want to just be alone and spend some time at home and have some quiet time to yourself, but you're pulled in another direction. So your daily life, your work life, all of those things are maybe kind of creating a little bit of a challenge for you to have that nice quiet time that you're looking for. Maybe have a little bit of a challenge relaxing in that energy. But I also feel here that maybe you have been back and forth on something that you want to change in your daily life. because your 6th house where the sun is, the sun can bring you clarity and growth and energy, right? And your 6th house has to do with your health, happiness, and well-being, your daily routines, your habits. And so if you've been, let's say back and forth and trying desperately to stay on track with like a diet or an exercise regime, or trying not to work so many hours and things like that, and maybe you've been trying to make some positive strides to break a cycle and it's been a little bit challenging, you keep going back and forth, or you keep taking 2 steps forwards and it feels like 3 steps backwards. This is the energy that you need to make that massive transformation, to get back on track and to finally let go and release those old habits, right? And start something better, something that's more beneficial to your health, happiness, your daily, your daily routines, all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, but in order to move forward with those, right, we do have to make some change or let something go. So I feel like that you're going to figure out how to make that happen at this full moon. But a little bit of mystery and magic in the air for you potentially here as well, because your 12th house, it can be where something comes to fruition, your dreams come true potentially here in this as well. And we've got a cycle card number 5, transformation. Okay, and as is the theme of this full moon, embrace change. Change, transformation, evolution. Things are shifting for you in a big way. Your spiritual self, your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self, the things you do on a daily basis. Embrace this opportunity for change and transformation. Cross this bridge into a better or a different tomorrow. We have leisure and sport. Participate and have some fun. So if you have been trying to feel a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more alive, okay? Maybe you've been trying to get into shape. Maybe you want to do more physical activity, or you've been trying to lose weight, or whatever it happens to be. Joining a group activity may be the key for you, having that support system. So leisure and sport, pick up a sport, right? Whether it's tennis or soccer or, something, a Zumba class, something that's maybe a little bit of fun as well. But participate and have fun. And, sometimes when we let go of those expectations, right? It's like if you're trying to lose weight, but you get on the scale every day, it's never going to move, right? It's kind of like watching a pot of water boil, right? A watched pot never boils, just like a watched scale never moves. So when we release that, though, that expectation, and we just go out and we have some fun and we get our body moving and we're laughing and, we're enjoying what we're doing, it's amazing that we feel more energetic, we feel more alive. Physical activity gets our energy flowing as well. So if you're feeling stuck, getting energetic or embracing physical activity can help you in that regard. Okay. But we have fun, and it's amazing the shift that can happen with that. Okay, so group activity or just finding a sport that you like and participating in it can be the key to really making some positive changes, right? Because it's not boring anymore. Okay, so we also have here the 7 of emotions, temperance, thank goodness. And we've got the 2 of voices. Okay, so there is a little bit of confusion that's here. So where we have confusion, what do we need to do? We need to take a step back, pause, reflect, find a quiet space, and connect with our energy so that we can get some clarity. Okay, the 7 of emotions with the temperance card, this screams to me this Jupiter and Gemini square Saturn and Pisces energy that we've got going on. Something that may repeat itself December 24th for you guys as well. It's a bigger storyline coming in here. But this is like we want to expand and we want to grow, and but our thoughts are a little bit muddled or confused, and we're feeling a little bit stuck, or we're trying to figure out how to really put our goals into motion. Saturn brings responsibility and is very goal oriented, right? Pisces energy, though, your energy, it's like, I'm dreaming about something. There's something I desire, right? I want to create something. Gemini is like where we think about things, but Gemini's ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is in retrograde. And we're kind of a little confused or lost, or, we need to have that reflection. And then Jupiter is here. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is the Temperance card, right? So the Seven of Emotions can quite often bring in options for you, right? We've got a lot of options. We've got a lot of things that we can choose, right? We need to make a choice of some kind. It also does represent your imagination, your vision, your dreams, your fantasies, right? So turning your fantasy, your goals, your dreams into reality can be a little bit tricky when Jupiter is squaring that energy. It's like we're not moving at all. And as I said in your intro, part of getting that movement and navigating that stuck kind of energy is to connect with your emotions. And the Seven of Emotions, the Seven of Cups energy is about following your heart, trusting your intuition, and just making a choice, making the first step, right, to turn something into reality here. All right. So if you've been feeling lost or confused, or like you're in a fog, okay, or like you're afraid to try something, or there's been something holding you back, embrace this energy so that you can move forward. The Temperance card, though, does come in here to really show you that there is balance that's necessary in our lives, right? And especially if we've got our daily routines highlighted, our need for, to get out there and to work and all of these things, but also to have our alone time and our quiet space, right? It's balance is the key to pretty much anything. And when we are out of alignment, we're out of balance. Things feel messy and out of control. Temperance does bring in healing. It brings in patience. Calm energy is coming in here, but it's also one of spiritual guidance here because it can represent your guardian angel, your spirit guides, your spiritual soul tribe, if you will. So pay attention to your signs, symbols, synchronicities, your dreams, all of that kind of stuff. Very spiritual energy, just like where this full moon is landing for you guys. All right, but it does bring a healing element here as well, cleansing and purging. So again, this might be where your focus is at this full moon. Two of Voices, trusting your intuition, going internally. The Two of Voices is where maybe we need to make a decision. We might not be trusting our decisions, okay, or we are confused or uncertain about where to start and what path to follow. Follow your intuition, okay? Maybe, and again, maybe if you're trying to do something like very mundane, right? Like lose weight or, get more in shape. Go out and have fun, right? Take the pressure off. Saturn is pressuring you, right? Take the pressure off and go out and have fun. Jupiter energy, right? Jupiter loves to have fun. And that can be your key to moving forward and shifting this energy around, all right? But the Temperance card is here to help you calm, connect, pause, reflect, heal, be patient, and is also delivering you a message or guidance. So let's see what else we get coming out here for you. We've got a twofer there for you guys. 000, I am creator. What a wonderful card to have coming out when the full moon is in your 12th house. You are one with the creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on earth. I am a creator. And the thing is, your 12th house, right? It's an ending and you're moving towards a new beginning. I am nurturing, number 6. Your heart is your gift. You're a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. I am nurturing. But remember, in your quest to nurture other people, nurture yourself as well. I'll leave all that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. Good luck in this full moon. I thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy your reading, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.